Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show today. We have ourselves Dungeons and Dragons Tyranny of Dragons episode number 30. Wow, it's a long run. We're having some good fun times, though. We got our characters up to 10th level, and we're going to be continuing. We had ourselves a little bit of a break last week. You guys know I had some internet troubles, but we're back, and my internet should be good, knock on wood. Very good.
Yay.
Yay. But as you guys know, I'm just a mere player here on this running of Dungeons and Dragons. So we're going to turn it over to our absolute god of the DM. His name is, damn it, Bob. No, no, Brian. No, it's a B word. Oh, Bill. Hi, Bill. How you doing, man? No, no, that joke didn't work. I thought it was funny. Oh well.
I'm.
Close enough.
You're. Yeah.
I was laughing on the inside.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know,
Laughing on the inside.
that's right. I hit
am
most of
laughing
them.
on the inside. You hit something. Yes. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us for episode 30 of Tyranny of the Dragons. And this thing is huge. This is a long one. We've kind of taken a little bit of a side road from the main campaign and decided to spend some time developing characters. This campaign is a gauntlet of death, fire, ice, lightning, poison, gas, and the last one, whatever that is, poison and acid. There you go. And
and poison,
as well as
necrotic damage,
as well as she's cultists. We've fought almost every monster in the monster manual, and the ones we haven't, we're going to get to tonight.
Oh God!
But before we get too far along, and just to say, we have 3 players tonight. The musically talented, 2 actually talented musicians, Rabbit and Chester. And Rabbit is playing our drow assassin, Dracul.
It's so sad, GFP. GFP's the one who does all the actual music on the channel. He gets absolutely snubbed.
I know, right?
Kick him right in the bollocks, dude.
Let's see how it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
write a song about it.
Hey.
Right.
Well, see, I play the drums. Yeah. I play the drums. I didn't count myself, man, because I'm not really a musician. I can just keep time. That's it. I'm just a metrometer, whatever those things are called with legs.
It's the one thing I can't do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's what program drums are for.
That's right.
Yeah, those things are bastards.
Kick tracks, man.
Yeah.
Kick tracks. A la Duran.
And
Duran.
yeah, Def Leppard.
Oh, that was me. It's too soon, Bill.
Come on. But hey, back to the story at hand. So we had what was it? Wisp had the desire to acquire an Arumvaraxx, a 8-legged furball of death, for a pet. And I thought that would be really, really freaking cool. Now, it would be really cool, except getting a kit involves the apparent, and they are nasty. They're definitely one of the nastiest wild creatures out in the Forgotten Realms. Let's see if I can pull up a pretty picture of one, just so those of the uninitiated can find out. There's one picture. Yeah, 8-legged cross. It's like someone took a badger, a wolverine, and a cougar, and went and dropped it out in the world. And that's it.
Not nice.
They have gold, and that's just the start of it. They also eat metal. That's their main diet, metal. So they have.
So like rabbit.
It's like rabbit metal, not that kind of metal though. Hard
not
metal,
that kind
feral
of metal.
substances. They eat iron. They have a digestive acid that can break down iron in their system. If they eat gold, it actually comes out into their fur and gives them this luscious coat, which is highly valued and priced. They eat for lots and lots of gold. I think a pelt can cost you they could sell it for 5,000 gold. Maybe that's just how much a baby one costs if you can find one. Either way, and it's expensive. And they mate once every 8 years. And so every 8.5 years, there's a kit. Yelson Shadow Dusk is this ranger that is an acquaintance of Wisp and the party, and is actually the uncle of Nicodemus Shadow Dusk, who is one of the members of the party, of course. So yeah, everyone knows we've got like 6 members in the party. Nicodemus is Chester's character. He's an aberrant mind sorcerer who is highly influenced and from the dark realm, as much as so as that he's even taken on physical manifestations of the far realm.
Yes.
And as a lot of his powers have that psychic nastiness that comes from that just completely alien
Yeah, he has a
plane of
golden
existence.
scaled koi penis.
And how did you find that out?
You guys were looking. You looked through the peephole. It's not my fault.
Yeah. Well, what the crazy thing was is that it bends backwards. Another character tonight is GOP. He's playing RSTDs.
That's me.
And he is a sorcerer, a high elf wizard. Sorry, high elf wizard.
I was
Right?
confused. I was like, did they change my class while I was gone?
Well, yeah. And I changed it back right away though. So we're good.
Yeah.
And has been revealed that he is under a curse. Oh, Rabbit just bounced. And Zach
Rabbit's
came in.
gone, and Zach came in at the same time.
Huh.
Huh.
We
I
might
don't know
be
if
the
I've
same
ever seen that.
person.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Have you ever seen them in a room together at the same time? They sound
Nope.
They sound so similar.
But I don't have I'm not
You
good
do.
at accents though, so I couldn't do his accent anyways.
You've got
That's
an American
exactly
one. It's not bad.
Yeah.
You do that one pretty well. Being
Yeah.
from Indonesia like you are, you can hardly tell.
Thank God, come again.
So close.
That is a spot-on Indonesian
right
accent if I've ever heard one.
Right continent, kind of. And our wizard has been cursed. He suffers from a curse that affects his brain. He's either lucid or a numbskull, a degenerate numbskull with a gambling addiction, who has a panache for chickens and gorillas and blending the two together.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Then, as you see on our screen,
Literally.
we have
Fall
our
into Babylon.
fallen, and you can't get up. We have our half elf paladin, the modern day embodiment of Leroy Jenkins, played by Zach D. Nuts Bradley. Now, Zach's character is a lawful good. He's an upright citizen in the community.
Except when I'm drunk.
Which happened once, and
Yep,
that
once.
will
Never again.
once.
Never
It
again.
was explosive. I mean,
Yeah.
explosive in a lot of ways.
And
Yeah.
was Chester there? I think Chester was there. I choked out the guy.
No.
Everybody was there. Zach.
Yes.
No.
Okay, yes.
Oh yeah, Chester was there because we
Yeah.
had that battle, Chester, in the courtyard. That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Zach is now an apprentice blacksmith, and when he went to celebrate his apprenticeship, he got smashed at a bar, started a fight, got knocked out, shot his pants, had a duel the next time, right away after that, and kicked the guy's butt. I mean, he just took him out. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, like I did it all honorable too. It wasn't like all bloody or anything. I was just like 30 seconds and I'm gone my day.
Yeah, and then you tried to kill him while he was down. That was
I didn't
Yeah,
try to
that
kill him.
was
I wanted
bad.
to strip him down. I wanted to take
Yeah.
all of his clothing and everything. That's way
Oh,
different
that's
than
right.
killing him.
You wanted to humiliate him in a lawful good way. I understand. That way. And then we have a couple missing players tonight. One is Wisp, is a Tabaxi rogue that I mentioned earlier. That's Slick Jimmy's character. And then there's our wizard. And
I'm
then
not listening, just mentally.
yeah. Look at Dracul. He's so handsome. And then we had the even more beautiful Twilight Barebone.
Yeah.
It was a half orc barbarian. And that's played by your friendly neighborhood ninja who's picked up a lot of extra work recently. So Twilight Barebone is living the dream right now. He fell in love with a woman on the road. He's rescued her from being enslaved by the cult of the dragons. They've bought a house, a place to live in Waterdeep, and right now they're just kind of spend the last couple weeks settling down, and we'll see how long that lasts.
Making babies.
Yeah, making some kind of half working whatever she is. Actually, we don't know.
Dave would like to know: is Zach just a blacksmith, or is he an armorer? Fair question.
I think I signed up for all of it to do weapons and armor and everything.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right? You got to start at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm probably going to start with weapons, and then I'll work my way to armor.
Well, do you remember? What can you describe the
where
you're apprenticing? Who do you remember who you're apprenticing with? Do you take notes?
I do take notes.
Do I?
Dang it! Would you? I gotta bring up my Leroy Jenkins D&D thing.
Why should we take notes when we have a DM who takes all the notes?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm just so you know, I'm done. That's it. We changed things. You guys get experience points now, and you get rewarded experience points for taking notes and making maps.
That's right.
Oh shoot! I didn't know we voted. When did we vote on this?
I don't.
Not like you were messaging me.
Hey, you got Jimmy in here.
Yeah,
hey.
Thanks for. Yeah, if you respond to messages, you get a 2% increase on your experience.
Ooh, and I do. So
if you don't respond, I kill you.
Oh.
So now, which brings us to this evening and to Rabbit, because he's never responded to anything. So here we go.
Is he come back in?
That's lies.
There he is.
Lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Okay. You are scrambling up the side of this cliff face. Nipping at your heels, frothing out the mouth, and bloodied is the Arumvaraxx. Its golden pelt glinting, covered in saliva and blood. Murder it's in its eyes as it's just four of its front claws are scrambling, scratching as rocks as you're just barely gripping onto this cliffside. Roll an acrobatics check. Wait, this is climbing. So add your strength.
Hang on, wait. So I'm rolling acrobatics and then adding strength?
No. I'm sorry. Climbing is an athletics check. So if you have athletics, you can use your proficiency bonus. I'm confusing you. We'll start over.
Confuse me, yeah. Wait, hang on, wait. I don't have athletics, and so I just roll a d20 and add my strength.
Your strength, yes.
17.
17. You've made your way up another 10 feet up this cliffside. You have about another 10 feet to go. I rolled a 2. The Arumvaraxx tries to get some footing, and he slips on some loose rocks that you've loosened on your scramble up the side of the cliff. Roll again.
That's going to be a good roll for seconds.
Until one falls down.
13. I didn't even think so. I only got a +1 in strength.
13. Okay. You scramble up. And your movement's 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You've got your chest over the edge of the cliff, and you're pulling your feet up. Let's see how this guy does. I rolled a 6. What's its strength? Oh, man, it's moving up behind you, but you've got a good 10 feet on it. All right. Just then, you hear the whistle in the air of an arrow. Thank you. I had something in my mouth. I was trying to whistle. I ended up just spitting food.
It plays a little ditty, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. As a hail of arrows just nails into the back of this creature. These arrows look like brambles that have thorns sticking out the side of the shafts, and the beast howls out in pain. All right. What do you do?
Climb up.
Climb up. Now, Wisp is down below. All right. Roll initiative. Let's go do that.
You want me in on this, or
No,
are you just going to role play it?
I'm just going to role play it.
Okay.
At least this is something I can do normally quite well. I didn't roll high, but so Wait, hang on a minute. That alerts, is that +5? I haven't done it for a while. It is, isn't it?
Yep, I believe it's +5.
Yeah, no, you definitely get a +5 plus your dex. I think you're
So
shooting
yeah,
like a +10 or
23.
something.
Sorry, I was just trying to add it up in my head. I was just trying to remember what it was. Yeah, 20. Whatever I just said.
Okay, you tied Wisp, so go ahead and go first.
I just so confusing about Wisp on the other side.
Yeah, well, let me describe the
You
scene.
said I was climbing up the rock still, right? I hadn't got up there yet.
So no, what I said is you got your chest over, your legs are dangling. You pull yourself up.
I get my legs out.
Yeah, you're pulling yourself up as the Arumvaraxx tries to come up. It's climbing up the side of the cliff face. You turn around, you get your feet up, you turn around, you look down. You see Wisp down below you, engaged in the mate. Wow, and that is just like a split second as you avert your eyes or just catch her in your peripheral, as you have this beast just coming straight towards you, and it'll be on you in seconds.
Running would be a good idea.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted.
Arrows
I'll be back.
Arrows coming out of its hide, and it's and it just howled in pain, but it's looking at you with bloodlust now.
Yeah, I want to do that whole disengage, get the fuck out of there kind of thing. To be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. You can disengage. So on the top of this cliff, there are some sparse trees, right, kind of where you are. But if you go like another 20 feet in, it gets thicker.
That's better.
To the west of you is
hiding from it.
Well, no, and to the west of you is kind of the path that you took to get to where you descended. And that also was somewhat treacherous. If you remember, you had to climb up the cliff face. Treacherous.
I don't, but yeah. I'll tell you what for it.
Okay. So just to help you recall, like, so the surrounding is like, this is a ravine, and this is kind of where the ravine ends, is where this cliff is, or where the cave is. And the cave was about 20 feet down. On this cliffside, and it had a small ledge at the mouth of the cave, and that's where
I remember the ledge. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they go through rocks and climb through everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, but to get to that area, you had to climb up the side of the ravine, hike around, get close to the edge, and climb down. So, if you circle back towards the west, like you make a like if you're going like a nice big U, you get back kind of where you started. And, there was a third person in your group, and you can only assume that he's the one firing the arrows. But at this moment in time, you haven't looked for him. You're not sure where he is. You just know that the arrows hit this thing in the back. So he's somewhere in the ravine or the sides of the ravine.
As in, like,
disengage.
Opposite us? Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's say if it's an upside down V. Okay.
Yeah,
an arrow, whatever.
I get whatever.
All right. So you would be at the top, and somewhere down, let's say southwest, is where you're guessing where this guy's shooting from. You went down the left side of the V. So you want to run off towards his direction?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you knock an arrow or anything while you're running?
I can do that.
Take the disengage action. Okay.
It's not going to do well because it does no damage. But yeah.
All right. Let's see. Wisp takes an action to pull a bead of force out of her pack. Let's see, and armor class, and she's throwing it. So Jimmy's got a pretty wicked dexterity, also, right? He's at +5.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and he tosses the bead of force. There's an explosion that you hear down below you as you take off running. But you're not exactly sure what's happened. All right. It's your turn again. And as if you look over your shoulder, you see that this armor-pierced wild, large mammal has climbed up on the edge of the cliff, and it's just hunkering over the edge.
Ooh, did I miss anything important?
Everything.
No.
We're all dead now. It was a TPK. We weren't even there.
Oh my!
I
So
know.
what now?
Rabbit's rolling up a gnome bard right now.
I see. TPK, total party kill, Rabbit.
Oh, I see.
No. So the beast is clambering up over the edge. It's wounded. You are in range. It's long distance.
I don't mind shooting at it, but then I will definitely be disengaging and heading off again, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well,
I need to keep distance.
you can do disengage you can run a dash action. You've already disengaged. You can do a dash action, which would be double your speed, or you can attack and do your arrow, and then move 30 feet. But right now you're 2 full movements away from the creature right now as it's climbing up.
So I could shoot and still move 30 feet. Sure, yeah. I'll do it and see what happens.
Okay. Now, one thing you do remember is that your regular arrows.
My magic arrows are the ones used, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Because your regular arrows don't go as deep. I mean, they hit it, but it's
it's the only magic weapon I have. I haven't got that many left. I need a magic actual sword or something.
You got money. So if you survive, you can buy something.
All right.
If you survive. All right, roll to hit.
I add my dex to it, then I said 21.
Your dex and your proficiency, right?
Yep. Yeah, 21.
At level 10. Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage.
It's a rubbish damage. Where is it? It's only a 1d6. Oh, I rolled a 6. Before it. Where's my... Oh, what do you add? Is it the +4 when it says proficiency bonus?
Mm-hmm.
And you
to
add
damage, you
add the arrow
add
damage.
Your dex bonus. The arrow damage +1, and then actually whatever you roll.
Oh, and the +1, so it'd be 11.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Not so shit. That's not bad. All right.
Add 6 to it, you say?
Yeah, because you have proficiency's 5. Or I mean, your dexterity's 5, and it's a +1 arrow, so you have a +6. Not your proficiency.
But it's not a fine weapon. You don't add your dexterity.
Oh, okay. It's not a finesse.
Oh, I see.
No,
I'm pretty sure with arrows.
That's why I said +4 on my proficiency.
No, he's using a short bow, dude. He needs to upgrade.
Yeah, I don't have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get him a magical longbow. Is what you need to do.
Oh, I'm pretty sure with damage now, it's you add your dex to your damage. That's your bonus. So
I thought that was just for finesse, because that's why, because my proficiency index is really high. But
actually, what finesse is, that means you can use it. You can use strength or dex as your ability score for the weapon,
which I would never do, because strength is terrible. I've got all my rapier and my daggers, but they're my weapons of choice. But obviously, I'm not going. It's all right. It's 11 or 12. Either way, it's only 1 damage.
Yeah, no. It's all. Sorry, we're digressing. Okay, you fire a shot into one of its arrows, and that arm goes limp as it turns its head towards you, and just cougar yell, just echoing throughout the ravine.
Rawr.
I think it would be useful is piercing both its eyes so it can't see.
That would have been better.
It's like this. Yeah, it would have been. That would have been a critical hit. But no, you hear the cougar yell, "Come here, young guy," and then it just hits it shit in the shoulder. And then another hail of arrows pierce its hide as it's trying to climb up, and it fails its dex save. Yeah, and then you use your movement, and then you move another 30 feet down the side of the ravine, and now you can see signaling to you. You hear, actually, as you're running, you hear the sound of a raven. And give me a perception roll.
Where's my perception? 19.
Okay. In the trees on the edge of the cliff on the west side of the ravine, not too far away from you, you can see Yeltsin with 2 fingers in the air as he goes back to grab another arrow, draws his bow, and fires. And in the air, you see that arrow multiply and burst into like thorns, all about 1.5 feet long. And as they have their arc in the air and they arc down, and more of these arrows just pelt that Arumvaraxx that was on the ledge. And as it takes all that damage, it loses its footing and falls down. Boom, and lands on that, bounces off some of those rocks and lands on the cliff edge, resulting in takes like another 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Wisp has succeeded in capturing one of the Arumvaraxx inside of a force bubble that was the result of that explosion. And she starts booking down that cliff and trying to get out of the view of the other Arumvaraxx who's just fell on its back. All right. As you get up to Yeltsin tells you, all right, he says, this is not working out that great now, is it, lad?
No.
Let's lay down some cover and fire for the tabaxi there. And let's get the hell out of here.
Wish I had his fawn arrows.
So, how many of those do you have left?
Well, magic arrows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's up to you.
Right.
You're going to shoot it. If you shoot.
I'm not
from
shooting
here,
magic arrows just for cover. There's no point. It'd be a waste of arrows.
So one Arumvaraxx is floating inside this sphere. It's translucent. You can make it out just the way the light hits and when the way it's rolling a little bit inside of it. But it is frothing at the mouth. 8 legs, running but not getting anywhere. And the other one is starting to stir.
I don't want anything to do with this anymore.
Right.
Next time I get asked for a favor, the answer is no. It's plain and simple.
Yeltsin Mandela. Thank you very much, Bullet. Thank you.
Hey. I was going to say Boris Yeltsin.
Yeltsin pulls back his bow and fires another arrow at the creature on the that's starting to get up. I rolled a 16, so he pierces it again. He's like, another shot or 2 and Wish ought to be over here. Go get your friend. Let her know where we are. As Yeltsin begins to knock another arrow, you decide, I don't know, to say, hey, Wisp. What do you say to Wisp?
All right, get your ass over here. We're leaving. We are leaving.
Okay, well, she rushes up to you, man. She takes one of her special bursts of speed, gets up to you, and with her hands, she's kind of bent over. Her hands are on her knees. She's breathing hard, panting. And she looks up at you. She's like, just a minute more. We almost had it.
No chance.
Of course she did. That's perfect.
I got one captured. All we need to do is finish off the other one.
Look, you're on your own.
Well, I'm not forgetting this place. I'm coming back here. With more. I'll be more prepared than next time. As she catches her breath,
you take like 20 odd people with you.
Yeah, well, it's good that you know where this is, because I'm not bringing you back here next time, lassie.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeltsin is now Irish because it's March. There we go.
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
Yeltsin takes you guys and leads you back towards the camp. And in a hurry, he's breaking down camp. He's pointing to you, giving you instructions on how to get these things broken down faster by using he's able to roll at advantage with his nature skill and get the camp broken down pretty fast. Give me a perception check, Rabbit.
19 again. I rolled 10 twice for that. Sucks. But anyway, yeah, 19.
So as you're getting your packs on your horses, you start to hear that howling of the Arumvaraxx
in your nightmares.
Forever, yeah, it's going to be there forever.
Yeah,
much scarier than Assassins.
Your adrenaline is just kicked in, man. You feel like you're being watched by something hunting you.
Yes, as the dark god Cyric from his eternal dimensional prison gives it sentience. By the way, Bill, Bullet says that he's casting magic missile and he's attacking the darkness.
Bullet.
That's an old meme there, Rabbit.
Yeah, that's a great skit by the Dead Ales Wives. Yeah. Now I like Jeff Potts. One well-placed fireball, and there's no need to break down the camp. Yeah, that's true.
The wizards are not there, Jeff.
Yeah, no one's fireballing nothing right now.
Yeah, that's
the only fireball now is going to be the trail that they're blazing on their way out.
That's right. Yeah. See, if GOP and I were there, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah. Well, we probably would have, set a trap and not run into the middle of the thing's den.
May have been smart.
Well,
right?
If wishes were fishes, we'd all have wishes. That's all right. Don't you love the hindsight, Rabbit? They're always telling you what you should have done after the fact. But anyway,
that's all right.
All right.
If it had eaten me, I would have gone full out of change to something a bit more two-handed weapon like. I feel like that's what I should have chosen, to be honest with you.
A barbarian? Yeah.
Well, something like Guts, Berserk style. Big two-handed sword, plate armor. Not plate, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, those are
that
great.
kind of thing. Proper fighter.
Well, with Yelson's help, he helps you navigate through the Sword Mountains up here on the map. You guys are just you're between the coast or the mountains and the Westwood, and he takes you through. You guys are camped for the night at Amphail or outside of Amphail. Get some healing or whatever you need to do to recuperate. You get a long rest and recover, and then the next day's journey will take you back to Waterdeep. You guys survived.
Where we will get drunk.
Yes, absolutely.
Where we will get drunk. So that would probably take you to one of your favorite drinking holes, which is, I think, for you, is the Yawning Portal. There we go.
Does anyone ever go down the portal? Is there quests?
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yep, that's the entrance.
I just started.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's cool.
The module itself.
Yeah.
Is dedicated to that.
Might be the biggest module in D&D, I think.
Hundreds and hundreds of pages are written about that. What's inside that well in the portal.
Yep. 3 levels. I
so, Rabbit is Dracul. You've just got back into town. You go to have a drink, and you find yourself at the Yawning Portal, which is one of the inns you're familiar with, or not inns, but taverns and drinking holes. Wisp is with you, and she's down in her cups, man. She's not too happy about what happened. You can decide what you want to do from here. You're just going to drink for the evening. That's fine. The next day, we have rolled an 18 GOP.
All right. Well, I guess I'm sane today.
And therefore an asshole.
You are sane today.
Why do I smell like fruit?
Absolutely.
I love how we go between idiot chicken gorilla or chicken ape to asshole. I love that those are our options, GOP. Thank you very much. Delightful character.
You're welcome. Yeah, I try. Thank you.
Well, there's one thing about GOP is your characters are memorable, absolutely memorable. Yes, Aristides, you wake up in your locked room in the manor. Gaudemus, you are in your den, going over your books, reading through your ledgers, making your marks, tallying your wealth, and determining your next plan as you await to hear from Remelia Haventree.
Yes.
Because now it is getting close to the second council of Waterdeep. And there are certain things that have happened in town that have definitely shown you that the town is preparing. At Castle Waterdeep, you've heard that banners of towns and councils, or not towns, but different groups and communities throughout the Sword Coast are being hung. There is a banner for not for Neverwinter, but for the Misty Forests, and there's a banner that represents Adbar Keep.
Ooh, I have
Gauntlet Grim.
That's on my list, by the way.
Hey, nice. As well as the flag for El Turiel. Oh, let's see. Let's see. GOP. Yes, you were in the room. You go to the door, and once again, it's locked.
I knock on the door.
Yes. Who are we today, sir?
I'm sane today. You can open the door.
You said that last time, and you threw an egg at my face.
This is ridiculous. Open the door.
You said you had a password for me.
Did I have a password?
You said you did.
Out of character. I don't remember having a password.
It was Wubby Chumba Gongabers.
Out of character. Well, give me a insight check.
Because that doesn't seem right. I don't remember if I did that. Maybe I'm wrong. But okay, let me roll that. That would be a 15.
You don't remember a password at all. There was no password.
There was no password.
So I must be mistaken. You hear their keys. But it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, at least that way I can avoid a flock of fowl coming out of this room. And then he turns the tumble on the lock, opens the door. Good day to you, sir. Would you like scrambled eggs today?
Oh my god. No, I'm not hungry.
As you wish. Nicodemus is in the den studying, if you wish.
I go over and I kind of ask. I'll just ask you about what's been going on and that sort of thing. I don't think my guy would be really aware of what happened in the market.
Or what was it? It was the
well, it's in the outside the East Gate.
Yeah, whatever. The market.
So
I just going to inquire about the information or inquire about what happened.
I'll bring you up to date. I explained that the roguish types had gone out looking for some manner of creature. There was the duel did take place, and our young paladin was able to best his opponent. I explained that I've been working at various purchases, and let's see what else. Twilight is living in sin. Right, sorry, go ahead.
Intelligence check.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I can do those. That right there is a 15.
You are ambushed by the Cult of the Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, we
remember?
were ambushed by Cult of the Dragon, and I have a feeling that a council meeting is upcoming or forthcoming. Sorry.
All right. I would very much like to attend. Hopefully, I'll be in my proper state when we go.
Yes. And what are we going to do about that, Sir Aristides? You are a very valuable asset in this hunt for these cultists and this potential threat that Tiamat does propose to the world. How can we make you more stable, sir?
Yeah, I'm well aware I'm very important in all this.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure yet. I'll keep searching. Hopefully, I can completely remove this curse upon me.
I do have access to the host tower, sir. There might be answers there, you know.
It's not a bad idea. And I kind of gesture like, yeah, we should go. We'll go check it out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I close my books and immediately start heading to the teleportation room.
You bringing anyone with you? You gonna find out what's going on with anyone else
To go to the
You
host
probably
tower?
should. Well,
before you leave town?
I see. To inform people. Well, I contact one of my scribes, the one that's in town, I do believe, because I have one in Calimport right now. Let me see here. Yeah, Mindra is in town taking care of my various business acquisitions and such, and I tell her that to send out runners to the other members of the drowned rabbits, dead rabbits, dying rabbits, whatever we're called, and to let them know that
Doomed cats.
doomed cats. Thank you. That we are heading to. I and Aristides are heading to the host tower. We will be back when we're back. So yeah,
Okay.
she'll send runners to do that.
all right.
Okay. Leroy, give me a strength check, sir. You are toiling away. Okay. Then you fail.
Dang it. Okay. 2.
Ooh, class.
That is 17. 17.
17. Okay. You're sweating your balls off, cranking, moving raw materials over to the forge. You're in the heat of the foundry. The clang of metal is throughout this place, and your your instructor Himmel brings you over, and he's like, "I need you to hold this." And in your hand, he gives you this metal bar, and at the end of it is a glowing hot piece of metal that he's going to hammer out. He's like, "Put it on the anvil. Today, we begin training on how to fold steel." You will watch, and so your strength check was to follow through and be able to follow his instructions as you hold the bar, lay the metal down on the anvil, and he strikes it with his hammer. This big resounding tang of metal sound as his hammer strikes, and sparks fly. And then he says, "Turn!" And you turn it over onto the other side. He hits it again, and you go through this as you watch him hammer out this steel, and it's just starting to take shape. And he says, "Take that, put it in the forge." And then he shows you take it. This is your first day working with metal. Before that, you've done a lot of the basic apprentice stuff. And now in your second week, near the end of the second week, because of your strength, your maturity, your responsibility, and your reputation, he started to move you through into higher levels of study. And give me a intelligence check now.
No. Actually, my intelligence is pretty high, I think. Whew. Wait. Yeah, your intelligence is your wisdom, yeah?
No, it's your intelligence.
Oh, wait.
Wisdom is wisdom.
No, yeah, it's really high. Okay, cool. I don't know why. It's right next to
I'm so smart, my intelligence is wisdom.
Yep. I'm the wisest smart person ever. All right, anyways. That's 22.
22?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, man. Good roll. Okay. So you're following all these instructions perfectly. You've got it in the iron. He's telling you like what you need to look for, what the metal needs to be look like when you pull it out. He starts hammering on it some more, and then he's going to have you quench the metal. So as he's got it, it's red hot. He takes you over to this oil bath, and it's like 6 foot long trough, and inside the trough is this dark black oil, and you put the bar that's connected to the steel down into the trough, and this flames just jump up. And as you pull out the metal, and now he tells you to study the blade and tell him how true it looks. And as you look down the line on this blade, there's no warps. It's like perfectly straight.
One question: is it Damascus though?
Is it folded Damascus steel? You'll have to find out. Oh no, you didn't dip it into acid, did you? So yeah, I've been watching Forge and Fire. So then now,
I think we all have.
Right? And then he takes you over to it will kill, is what you say to him. Yeah. And then no, then you go through the process of grinding, of working the milk, the stone that's going to grind and help and polish this and take any of the roughness off of this. And they'll be doing that for hours. It's like you sit down, it's a foot pedal. Wooden foot pedals that you go on with this huge stone wheel that's like just past your knees. And you're taking the blade as you're working this like a bicycle and just grinding it. Sparks are flying. And give me another strength check.
Oh. Well, 21.
21. All right. You spend hours working on this grinder until the blade just looks incredible. It's just double-sided or double-edged bastard sword. And essentially you have a raw tang and this polished, really nice blade. And that's your whole day's work is basically holding that, allowing him to hammer it, and then spending like 4 hours. And I'm going to get a constitution save from you too. At disadvantage.
I'm at disadvantage? Oh.
Yeah, at disadvantage.
Crap. Oh, wait. Well, both of them are 6. And what's my constitution? Hold on. Oh, my constitution is really high. Okay, so that's actually 14 total.
Wait.
You don't have a plus. Oh, do you have it's not a constitution save. It's a check.
Oh, okay. Then it's just 10.
It's just 10. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to suffer 1 point of exhaustion while as soon as when you finish this. And it's like 3 in the afternoon. And you started like before, just pre-dawn, just as like the sky was still that bluish gray right before the sun comes up. And as you're kneeling over the barrel of water and just splashing in your face, a runner comes up to you with a letter, and it says, Sir Jenkins, I have a missive for you from Nicodemus Shadowdusk. And
he got really excited when he said a missive for
missive for you. Yeah, a missive. Say, a lady. Yeah. So you're standing there, sweating like crazy, shirtless, just wearing your greaves, not even your greaves, you're just wearing like leather pants. You've taken your apron off so you can pour water down your glistening muscular form.
Ooh.
Turning into a romance novel.
All I can think about is right now I must look like Thor.
Oh yeah. Yes, that's exactly.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that one. Yeah. So
Leroy Hemsworth. There you go.
There we go.
Okay. You take the scroll from this messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he stands there and looks at you, sir.
Oh, I need to give him like a gold piece or something.
Maybe a couple, maybe like 3, 4, maybe some copper.
Yeah, whatever is appropriate. I give him
whatever's all right. Yeah, you give him a couple copper for his troubles or for his.
Oh,
for
give
his
him a
run, and then
gold. You give him a gold.
Wow. He's like, I'm taking the rest of the day off. I'm taking the rest of the week off. Bless you, sir. Oh, many will hear the generosity of Sir Jenkins. And as he runs out of the blacksmith.
Sir Jenkins.
And
right. Let me go -1 gold coin from my 30,000.
There you go.
Yeah. And then you remember the name of the assistant, the apprentice at all?
I remember he's a young lad, but I don't remember his name.
Oh, okay. -2%.
Yeah, -2 personality. Right. I'm sorry, I've only been here 2 weeks and I don't remember your name. Working alongside you.
His name was Clay.
Clay. Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
You could just make that like a personality thing where you just
Clay.
remember his name.
Yeah, you don't remember his name.
That's what I do with my character.
Yeah. Great excuse. No wonder you made him absent-minded. Oh, we don't have to write down shit.
No. I intentionally I get the names almost right, but I I call Nicodemus Nickel and Dimus or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's close enough, right?
Yeah. Right,
close
exactly.
enough. That's right. Clay looks up to you and says, like, can I run a message for you? Do you need to tell anybody anything? I'd be happy to run one right now.
Yeah, Jeff, he did.
No, really, actually, I do.
Can I go tell my mom that I'm going to buy dinner for the week?
Yeah.
How's that?
No, I said I'll give you a gold coin if you go and track down what's her name? For some reason it keeps wanting to say goblin.
Jenna?
Jenna. You can go and
Jenna?
Jenna. If you can go and find her and give her, and I write down, and I'm gonna write down. I'll write it down now, so when that part happens, I'll remember what it says. But I write down on a note, and I say, if you deliver this note to a what is she? She's now I can't remember.
She's
what
short.
Is she? Yeah, she's short,
gnome.
but like a gnome named Jenna. Very uppity.
All right, I'll give you.
Like, you know what I mean? If you can go and wisdom check. Okay.
Yeah.
Or an intelligence.
Come on. Dang it.
Her name
Stupid digital roller.
Her name is Jemna Gleam Silver, by the way.
Yep.
All right, Jimna Gleam Silver. I'm putting her in my enemies. Roll? She's in my enemies list.
Oh.
And I'm gonna write something down. Anyways, the wisdom was to. Is this a saving throw? Or is this just a check? No, this is just a check. Okay, so that is a 10. Woo.
A 10. As you're writing this down, you think to yourself, maybe I shouldn't send young Clay to go look for a spy rogue assassin. Maybe.
Is he aware that she's with his Is he aware that she's with his Zentarium, or is that just my knowledge?
Well, now I know.
I don't.
Well,
I don't know if you shared that with anyone.
Probably not. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Let him. But take a bite out of that apple, dude. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. I don't want this kid to come to harm. So I'm like, but I still want to give him a coin for sending a message. So I do write down something, but I tell him to go find Mr.
Well, you also
Chester,
remember her
Chester.
alias. Actually, no, I don't know if you know her alias. No, I don't know if you remember her alias.
No.
Because you were pretty drunk. So
yeah, I was, and
that would be a wisdom check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage times 2.
No. Seriously, at a disadvantage because you did.
No, I'm not going to send it to her. I'm not sending it to her. I'm not going to send it to her.
That's not what I'm asking. I was just seeing if you remembered her alias. That's all.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, you actually want me to remember?
Right.
Roll to remember.
That's why I was having you roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, even at disadvantage, it's 10.
Okay. No, you don't remember her alias. You do remember. I mean, just the Cumberdill Fumperdink that you duel, but you can't remember.
I wonder if he's alive.
Why don't you ask him?
Well,
You're on such good terms.
Well, no, I want him to send a message to. Now I can't remember any of his characters.
To
send
Chester. A message to the guy you beat.
No, I'm sending a message
about how you beat him.
No, I'm just like take a crap in a bag and send it to him. No, I want to send it to Chester and
have him. You're sending Chester a bag of poo?
No, I'm sending Chester a letter, and it's basically actually it's going to be to his household, just basically saying, thank you so much for your hospitality, and I'm sorry to be an inconvenience and stuff like that, like a formal sort of thing.
I'll probably never see it. Jake will probably eat it.
Yeah, and it's kind of requesting, like I know you've seen me naked, but look
at me now.
Don't tell anybody. To the maids, the sisters.
What? I'm starting to become concerned, DM.
You're just starting?
These images we're seeing flash on the screen.
Just something to pass the time because I.
Okay.
Anyway, so I send that and I tell him to go to the estate. And I give him a coin and I'm like, here's a gold coin.
Okay. Cool.
Just to be, nice. You can learn something, Chester, about being nice.
Give him a whole bag.
Yeah. He takes that coin and the letter and he tucks it into his belt. And then as he looks up, he's like, Hilmer looks at him. He's like, you can do that on your own time, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is that okay, Leroy? I can't leave right now.
I said,
I have to wait.
Yeah, do it when you have a chance. It's not immediate.
Okay. That's great. Thank you. And he goes back into the shop, into the front of the store to continue his work for the rest of the day. So, Nicodemus and Aristes.
Okay, well, we teleport.
You go to. Yeah. Now, when you teleport in, what are you doing? How are you doing? Describe.
Well, I have the sigil for the host tower's teleportation circle, so it's their official area. So it's however it's set up or guarded. When we do go in, now with GOP, we could go and try to talk to Grand Magus Grief. He's ancient and he might have answers for you. But I'm thinking we might want to talk to Cadibri. It might be a better choice.
Cadibri?
Lady Cadibri, yeah.
I think that's
I'm sorry. She's chosen of Maliki. She's the one who rebuilt the host tower, and she's the wife of Dritz Duerden.
Yeah. That's 100 years ago.
No, that's actually current time. She's
how could she still be alive?
Because she's a chosen of Maliki, dude.
Well,
she was reincarnated
if she's there
as a being, and in the current time, she's actually one of the more in charge people, even more than Grief is.
Well, I guess I got to catch up on my Salvatore.
Sorry.
All right. No, that's cool. Name dropping Nicodemus then walks into the room with his teleportation circle, and you guys, you're in the host tower at their teleportation circle. As one of the attendants comes in, hey, welcome to the host tower. As this man in a dark velvet robe with a sallow complexion, raven black hair pulled back, nice widow's peak going on, says, I am asking who is calling today and who are thou?
I introduced myself. I've probably met him before. I come here all the time, but nevertheless, I introduced myself. If they gave me a letter or a writ or a license or something like that to be in the host tower, I show that, and I tell him that I have brought a great elven wizard with me today, looking for some answers, and I introduce Aristides.
Oh, Nicodemus Shadowdusk, Aristides. It is a pleasure to meet you. As a matter of fact, we were just considering contacting you this very day.
Oh, well, indeed.
As we have a representative that we'd like to join the Council of Waterdeep. She is in her study. Please follow me. I shall introduce you to Duet Pentecost.
Okay.
Of course, it's a she, so we know what's going to happen next.
Hey, let it happen. Just let it happen. I follow. Yeah, of course.
You may have heard of her. She is part of a merchant guild, and what she is Waterhavian. This is why we chose her. She's a native to the city and has a little bit of pull, as you might say. Well, here is her study that she uses when she's here at the host tower. If you wouldn't mind taking some time before you do your research to spend maybe a good meeting here. And he knocks on the door.
I do ask before we get up to the door, though. I say,
okay.
Of course, I have no problem making introductions whatsoever. I look back over Aristides to see if he agrees. But I say the host tower does have Laryl Silverhand is representing them as well. Is there a reason why you want to?
At one point in time.
I see.
She has quite a bit of responsibilities as a. You may not have heard, things have changed in the power dynamics of Waterdeep.
Well, I guess I have missed something. Thank you for the information.
Well, it is not my place to discuss such things with you, though, I am afraid. Perhaps Druet can illuminate. And so then he knocks on the door, and you hear a young voice. Yes, Druet. Come in. You hear a at the door like a spark, and it opens up. And then this is a small circular study. And as you go in, it is lined with books and tablets and scrolls. And you see a young girl, late teens, early 20s, freckled skin, auburn hair. She says, yes, this is Nicodemus Shadowdusk and Aristides, the adventurers of part of the Doomed Cats. Yes, I know, I've heard of them. Thank you. Please come in.
I bow.
Have a seat. You may have to move up some books. And would you mind closing the door? Of course. Closes it. Well, we were going to meet sooner or later. So, yes, I am the Raven Pentecost. And I have been requested by the host tower to be the representative at the council. The only thing is that the council is not quite prepared to accept us into their meeting. I would really think that relationship should be stronger at this point. And don't you agree, Nicodemus?
I think all hands should be on deck, ma'am.
Would you be so kind as to speak to your contacts in the Harpers? I believe that one of your former Harpers is quite influential now.
Yes, the Harpers are certainly have their influence, and I'd be happy to speak to them for you. Maybe if I knew a little bit more about you, it would be helpful.
Oh, I said one of the Harpers is quite influential, and I'd be happy to tell you about myself. Do you not know what has changed recently?
It seems I have been very busy and have missed some things. Please enlighten me.
I'd be happy to. Have a seat.
Yeah,
there are some lavender velvet covered chairs inside the place with an ornate Rococo design on the armrests.
Rococo.
As you two gentlemen sit down. And she
Naughty.
says, well, apparently the former Open Lord of Waterdeep, Lord Never Ember, is no longer seated in the high seat of Waterdeep. The Hidden Lords have decided to oust him, and there happens to be quite a bit of gossip about this situation. And being as we are a font of knowledge at the host tower, this information was brought to us quite openly, though, of course. And the Lady Silverhand is now the Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Ah, well, I see.
Being that she was the High Harper, a high member of our host tower, and now the Open Lord of Waterdeep, there has been some changes of her responsibilities here.
I see.
She has requested to relinquish her duties with us so that she may focus solely on Waterdeep. And I believe she has probably done the same with the Harpers for this period of time.
Oh, well.
It wouldn't be the first time she's left them.
Then the host tower certainly needs representation then.
Exactly. So that is why I have been summoned and brought into this.
Oh, well.
But again, I am quite thankful for your gift and your dealing with Arathor and bringing back Macath the Crimson.
I'm very happy that I could be of service. And you can pipe up anytime, Aristides.
And we would.
I'm just listening. He's more interested in not so much the politics, but he's more interested in the books. So
I'd imagine, yeah, that's true. I'm still waiting to hear who she is.
Now, she's Druette the Raven Pentecost. She's just she's a very, well, you have heard of her. She's a highly influential member. You've heard of her. You haven't ever met her, as you prefer the library as of now, with a lot of the downtime and your sojourns and bouncing back and forth. You have yet to get into all the political intrigue of all the different areas that you've created transport or teleportation circles to.
It's true, yeah.
But she's not the High Magus, but she is highly influential and has his ear. And he instructs her. So she says, the High Magus has given me instructions on how we may work together with the council.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be a quite mutually advantageous agreement, as the Arcane Brotherhood normally prefers to remain neutral and does so in either many times of calamity, because we believe that lore and magic is the most important thing. Come hell on earth or not.
I would agree.
So well, since we're in agreement, that'd be excellent. So we'll let the council know that we would be absolutely willing to lend our aid and put our lives on the line in the battle with dragons and Tiamat and the cult. But we only ask just a few things in return. And to me, they seem to be quite normal, nothing out of the ordinary.
And they would be?
But, well, an equal share of the wealth taken back from the cult. To be present at all major trade negotiations in the Sword Coast. If we are going to get involved, we want to create a more diplomatic. We've seen how being able to share our knowledge can be more advantageous for those who are willing to work for it, as well as getting to know those who request it better. And being part of major trade negotiations will be a major part of that. As well as just exclusive rights to the Well of Dragons after its capture for research,
Say that again?
Well, we want to be able to know what the Red Wizards have done, how this... Oh, you don't know.
I'm well aware of the Well of the Dragons, and I do realize that you just sat here and told me that we need to be able to share the wealth. We need to be able to share knowledge and have things move around so that there'll be more, transparency and understanding in the Sword Coast. But yet you just said you want exclusive rights to the Well of Dragon. Really? Which do you want? Make up your mind, Lady Pentagust.
Well, the research will be shared.
I doubt that will be accepted.
Those, I'm afraid, are the terms from the High Mages.
Well, I'll pass it along.
From there, we should negotiate.
Oh, very well. I shall certainly get in touch with my Harper contacts and see what can be done. But and I do not know what decisions they will make. I'm not privy to such things. But I would tell you that allowing the host tower exclusive rights to the Well of Dragons, I cannot imagine they would allow such a thing. Having right to access to it, probably, but exclusive rights, I don't know.
Well, do you speak for the council then?
Of course not. Of course, I do not.
No,
and I don't really personally
when
care.
You meet next. When you meet next, we'll see if these are our terms for negotiation for the power that we bring in the coming war.
So you're asking me to be a messenger. You're not asking me to speak on your behalf, then?
No, I'm asking you to bring a messenger and open up this negotiation so that we may come and negotiate.
Very well.
We would be willing to discuss these terms at the council as a member.
Well, all right then. Anything else?
No.
Well, I stand up.
Feel free to.
I bow.
To continue. Feel free to continue your research in our hallowed hall.
I shall. Thank you very much.
I do the same, and I guess we go.
Yeah. We go look for Caddybree if we can find her. Okay. That was interesting. That was interesting. All right.
Okay. Excuse me. You are in luck today because I rolled percentiles and hit it up 99. Caddybree.
Nice.
You find her.
The 99, she's right outside the door.
Yeah, she's waiting for us. It's her. I felt in my mind you were looking for me.
No, as you make your way up to the into the part of the tower that the library is, and you hear a fiery discussion of a familiar voice where Caddybree seems a little teed off, and as you're walking up a stairwell, she starts coming down the stairwell, and you think a man that old would know better. Nicodemus, you handsome devil.
Lady
what
Caddybree.
Brings you to the tower today?
Well, I've actually come for a friend, and we're hoping we might be able to speak with you and get some insight.
I'm feeling pretty stupid today, but seems like everyone here is too. Sure. What you got?
Well, this is my friend and adventuring companion. He is a grand mage himself. This is Aristides. I introduce him. And he has a bit of a problem. And I was wondering if you might be able to take a look at his problem and see if you might have a solution for us.
That depends.
I am no way
Certainly.
am I hitting on Rich Doran's
Certainly. She looks
wife.
you up and down.
I'm not that stupid. Sorry.
She looks you up and down, and then she looks over at Aristides and says, she points at Nicodemus. Well, half your problem's hanging out with this guy. I tell you that right now.
And you didn't get my joke. See, you didn't get my joke. You're an old guy. You didn't get my joke. I'm sad.
Say it again. Sorry, go ahead.
Dun, dun, dun.
That he says he has a problem, and I said that depends.
Oh, jeez.
I just went
It
over
was
our
a
head.
dad joke. That's why I didn't get it. Oh, all right.
Woo! There we go.
There we go.
But
So
but
go ahead, Eric. Go ahead, GOP.
Zach,
I
dad
grumbled a
joke,
little
Bradley. Sorry.
bit at that comment, and then I started explaining to her about the curse, and like if she has any particular knowledge
I'm going to make
this
some coffee.
particular
I'll be
type
back
of
in a
curse,
minute.
or where I can find where I can find information on curses similar to mine.
Well, let's go someplace a little bit more private than the stairway, shall we? Come on.
Agreed.
Come on, gents. Follow me.
Yep, we go.
Let's go outside. I like it outside instead of being in the stuffy tower. So she takes you back down the stairway, out to the back to an enclosed yard full of topiaries. It's a well-groomed garden, kind of like a British garden, and hedgehogs rolling around. And yeah, he says, "Okay." She takes you over to a stone bench. Plop yourself down on that bench, please.
Okay, I sit down.
Now, tell me what you remember. Since you told her that there's memory issues and you whatever, but I'm not sure how much you're really telling her. What all are you telling her?
I mean, I give her the general information about about what's been plaguing my mind.
How long has it been going on?
Quite sure. For some time.
Well, you're pretty old looking. You're a pretty old elf. Are we talking centuries? Do you even know?
At least centuries.
Where were you? Do you remember your life before your curse? Where were you from?
I have some thoughts on it. But it's still somewhat foggy. I'm originally from Alishan. I was once the Archmage there.
Of Alishan. How long ago was that? Do you know what current year you're in?
I'm sure it would have been conveyed before, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
14 year. Well, that would be something. Do you recall? What?
Yeah,
When you
he
come
would.
back, how much?
Yeah,
Okay.
he wouldn't recall exactly when though, like because his old memories are just kind of fuzzy, the things that from his past. So he doesn't remember everything. He just kind of remembers general things. But
Who do you?
it,
What gods do you worship?
I worship the Platinum God.
Really?
Vultures and dragons. Good job, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
The Platinum God, you say?
Yes.
What
is that, Justin?
A wizard.
Dave.
It's like Joe. It's like Joe Biden. Now you know who he patterned his character after.
Yeah. I
All
just started
right.
sniffing her.
Does that mean you're really like when you're lucid, you're Kamala Harris, the brain?
You're right. I am the president now.
How many foreign dignitaries have you called today? Yeah. So sometime the last 5 to 500 years, you were cursed. And the result of it is you have a very vague memory of your past. You black out. During these blackouts, you're a befuddled old fool. I think maybe we should start to try and find out who cursed you or where you're from and see what we can find out about your past.
That would be a good decision.
What does your instinct tell you?
I have nothing to go on. Cursed me. I suppose I could check for my past, since that seems to be the only thing that I can go off of
now. Hey, Chester.
Yes.
Where's Alishon? Do you know? Or GOP, where's Alishon? Sorry.
I looked this up a long time ago. I'll give me a minute. I'll have to find it again. I had all this up here, but I think that was in some older notes, and I did take notes on this, but I have to find them.
Okay.
So, yeah, just I'll do this if you want to do something for a minute.
Yeah, since we've got the party split still.
That's
need to get you guys
I can
back
answer
together.
the question. You don't have to research it.
Okay.
Alishon is in the Horde lands. It's the king in the kingdom of Kanzari.
Look at you.
Thank you.
In the Horde land, so we're talking the far east.
Yeah, it's on the Silk Road.
Thank you, Chester. So that's the far east, right?
Yes. I do have a teleportation circle to Westgate that could get us at least half the way there. But I mean that's a long journey. But yeah, it's a pretty major city set in the Horde lands. It's one of the places that the Horde uses and the Khan uses to interact with trade and stuff with the West, and more than likely they probably do have a connection to Westgate, because that's mainly where that's where the Westgate is kind of representing Rome in a way, as to how Karatur interacts with Faerun. So it's out past the Purple Desert.
Well, I'm sorry, I couldn't. I could try to see if I could remove this curse with a spell.
I do offer. I tell the lady that I can pull memory threads if that is needed.
You haven't tried this before?
I have done some search into his mind, but for me to be able to cure it, it is beyond my ability. But I can plumb his memories and bring them out so that you can see them, if he would allow it.
I would. It helps me cure myself.
I actually do have that power, by the way. I have encode thoughts. I can take memories out and make them actually float in the air, and you can read them or look at them and stuff like that. My coffee's boiling. My water's boiling. Let me come back in a minute. Hold on a second.
Okay. Well, steel yourself. I'm going to try to remove this curse.
Very well.
So she stands up, gets right in front of you. She raises her hand and starts to utter a prayer to Malikali. The language turns into magic. The words turn into magic. Her hair starts to rise up. Her eyes flash into like a light blue energy. And you see symbols of their goddess and arcane symbols float around her like in a semicircle above her head and like a halo. And she brings her hands right up to your face. And closes her eyes, speaks a command word, opens them, and energy just bursts out of her eyes right into your face. And and then as the spell is ending, you feel the strength in her hands when she touches you, but she's not like holding your face hard or firm. It's just that she's got this incredible build, and toughness to her hands. As the spell ends, you can feel like this weakness in her as she shudders. And as she kind of curls into herself and puts her hand on her stomach, another one on her head, And she's like, whew, jeez. That took a lot out of me. And you don't feel any different. She's like, that power is divine in nature. You've been cursed by a god.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid you're going to have to take your trip. You're going to have to find out who gave this to you and appeal to them.
I'll have to figure out where to start.
Do you want me to plumb his thoughts and see if I can't find at least the starting point hint?
Oh, go ahead. You certainly can try.
All right. Takes a few minutes. I cast several spells, and I'm just digging deep as I can into his brain, seeing as he's not resisting. Do I have to make saving throws or not saving throws or casting throws?
I would give you I'd like an Arcana check.
Okay. All right. Let me do that. All right. 24. No, sorry.
It's a good roll.
22.
22.
Yeah.
That's still not bad. I mean, geez, anything above 20 is a pretty good roll. So as you start pulling, sorting, delving, you go through. It's like you have these memories where when he's been lucid, the stuff that's happened within the last few months.
Right.
But in between, you start seeing these big black miasma webs and bat wings and fluttering that just obscure his memories, and they cover up the vision and the imagery. And then you push through some more and you go back to another day where he's been lucid, where you've adventured with him, and they start to get hazier. Like even the earlier months and months ago, they're blurry. They're hard to focus. You can't, the sounds are muffled. And so he's a hard time even remembering when he was lucid just a few months ago. And you start to push in deeper, and there's that offsuit up, everything is covered in blackness. And as you try to peer in deeper, you're just going into this abyss.
All of this is being
RCDs
visualized above my head in like a thought bubble, by the way, with the encode thought spell. Like they actually can see what I'm looking at. So,
all right, Aristides, give me a wisdom check.
All right, wisdom check.
Well, let me see on a.
Oh, that's really
give
good.
Me perception. Perception. Call it.
Perception.
So
all right.
Yeah.
That would be 24.
24. So it's like you're thinking so hard. It's like you're dealing with a very, very complex problem, and you know how to solve this problem. But every time you get closer and closer to the answer, your mind gets clouded, like you're in a brain fog, and you just can't. It's like you're having trouble even. It's as if you couldn't find the right word to say. It's like you stumble over what you're wanting to do. You're like, why did you have this feeling as if like, why did I walk into this room kind of feeling? What was I doing here? There's this confusion that starts to happen, but you're able to start to glean images of a child, a young girl, elvish girl, sitting on your knee and giggling. And then you go back to, in your hands, you're holding her hands, and your hands are young. And it's like you're in this moment, and you guys are seeing this from his perspective. And she says, Dada, I want you to finish the story. And in your voice, you're saying, oh, my dear, and her name comes out like backwards speech.
I cast Dispel Magic at that moment, see if I can't capture a flash. Because I can keep it up in the air, and we can look at it after. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure if that's possible. Because the nature of what's going on with his head, it is, You try. Okay, give me. You can always try. Give me a
Yeah.
another Arcana check.
All right. That one is 25.
Oh man. Okay, you've got it held. It is getting blurry. You're losing it.
All right. I make sure I put it in the encoded above so that we can look at whatever that flash I caught is.
It's fuzzing in and out. Give me another Arcana check at disadvantage.
It is. Oh wow, goodness gracious. Okay. That right there is 19.
Okay, you get it's almost like a negative of old film. So colors have been reversed. And it feels like the edges of this image are burnt like paper that's been held over a candle. The flame is kind of halted in time. And the image is turned negative.
But I do have the image though.
Well, that's what I'm trying to describe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's okay. And so as you catch it as these flames start to move, or like the burning image, there's really aren't any flames. It's just like the image is just kind of combusting, and you're able to halt it so that you get his hands and him looking into this girl's eyes, which you assume is his daughter because of the words that you heard. And that is what you have to work with.
Huh. I asked the I have calligraphy, but that doesn't mean I can do art. I ask the lady if there is a portrait artist nearby.
In Liskin, this is more of it's Liskin. There's not a lot of art. Give me
someone at power who's, I would assume, there's, maybe something, at a place like this.
Well, let's go. Hey, anything, we can try anything. One of the scribes who do the illuminations could do this.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Yeah. She starts yelling almost as if she's ready for a battle, and she. Excuse me. Hold on. I have to burp.
No, thank you.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mood.
She yells, "Sakari! Sakari! Hurry!" That'll get him running. And she's yelling it as if there's a battle. Within moments, a couple of these wizards who are in there said, "What? What's going on?" I said, "Zakari, are you Zakari? Go get him now!" And they're hustling off and running. She's like, "Gosh, man, the dwarves are so much more efficient. Bunch of wizards."
That is something she would say. Good on you, Bill.
Tell him I need his books as paints. Can you move this image? Can we go inside?
I can. Yes.
Is this going to collapse? How fragile is this?
Ooh, well, normally I would say it's fine, but I don't know the situation, Bill.
Well, yeah. Let's just try. Let's see how much closer we can get. Go ahead, give me another Arcana roll.
All right. Oh, I burn one of my inspirations.
All right. Okay.
26.
You're maintaining this energy field, this magical visage. As you walk along, your hands are in the air. You're stepping lightly. Aristides has his hands behind his back. He's just gazing up at this image. Give me another perception check, Aristides. Go ahead and roll it. Just straight.
That would be a. Hold on. Pull that up again. That's a 15.
Yeah. This face it doesn't really hold any meaning to you. It's just like you're staring at any person, any stranger.
And
it's troubling.
I feel like I don't know this person, but I should know them.
Yes, and you start this feeling like this knot in your stomach just starts to grow, and you're feeling kind of flush. You're also like you want to vomit.
Ooh, not good.
And you're not sure if it's the result of this. Is it because of this intrusion into your mind? Is it because you've been? Give me a what did we say? Perception check. Insight on yourself.
An insight. Okay, I'll do that. That was better. Insight. That's a 23.
Yeah, tampering with this has been. You're starting to feel adverse effects. There is some nausea that's happening right now, and becoming Constitution save.
I was just thinking. I was like, "So you want me to do a con?" That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Constitution saves +1, so that's a 19.
Okay. Yeah, you feel really faint, and you have to sit down. You just have to. You just boom, you pop a squat so you don't pass out. It's like you just stood up too fast. It's all that feeling's like, but it's with waves of nausea. But you also feel like blood just leaving your body. You're just like, whoa, you're sitting down. You have your elbows on your knees and you're holding your head.
Oh,
Nicodemus, you just saw that, and Canterbury's like, oh shit, I didn't see how this would affect you. Is this a regular side effect from you dicking around with people's minds, Nicodemus?
No, it is not.
God. Okay, so Zachariah comes out and he's like, Canterbury, what can I do? She's like, that image, copy it down right now. I need my paper. Another monk's running out, or not monk, but the same one of the mages who ran out earlier, just coming in, arms full of paper, brushes, ink, and they almost run right into each other as Zachariah turns around. He's like, he lays out this scroll on the ground, and he just dips his hand in the ink, and he starts drawing with his fingertips and laying out the rough image. She's like, no, not like that. It's not black. You're drawing it black and white. I want it in color. What? I can. Give me something to start with. Can I just have something to start with? Just give me a second here. And he starts working feverishly. He's like, okay, he's got a really, really good rendition after a couple minutes of just kind of like getting the form, the cheekbones down, the way the hair lays on her shoulders. The look now he's working on the eyes. He's getting that childhood wonder. He's capturing that. Let me roll again for him. Man, I'm rolling good. He's a good guy. He's a great artist, and he's almost as good as Rabbit. Maybe Zach. So then,
I was about to say, I thought this was my cameo. I was like, why are you making me so bitchy?
Oh yeah, it could be your cameo, isn't it? Yeah. So then the artist takes off his glasses and rubs his face, and there's a big ink mark going from like his right brow across the top of his forehead all the way back up to his hairline across the left. He puts his glasses back on, and now he's got inks on his cheeks, and he's working feverishly. He finishes that rough, and it looks pretty good. And he starts, okay. Now I'm getting a feel for this. So after a good amount of time, I mean, we're talking maybe half an hour, you're feeling like this image is just about to go when he's finishing up the last few flourishes. And he's like, it's not my best work, but I think it's a pretty good likeness.
Wow, what do we think? Is it clear?
Yeah. What is?
Did I F up?
Yeah. It's not.
Sorry.
It is. You could tell it's that girl.
Sorry.
It's not bad. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. Give me a Constitution save, Nicodemus.
That is a 13.
Okay, you are able to maintain this, and you can try and file it away, but you're not sure if you'll be able to recover it.
No, well, normally
but you can't maintain this forever.
No, I understand that.
I mean, this isn't a 5th edition thing. I really don't know where you're pulling this from, so I'm just running with it, right? So
yeah, no.
it's cool.
I think it's fine. It's a cantrip actually, yeah, no, I think it's fine. Well, I mean, if that's the best we can get in this situation, I guess I have no choice but to release it.
Okay. So now he's like, I could come back in a few days. I can take this. I can work on it all day tomorrow, and have it ready for you the day after.
All right.
Yes.
Please. Yeah. I mean, because the only thing I have access to, which is it's quite a powerful spell, but the only thing I have access to would be modify memory, but I don't think that helps us in this situation. So.
Trying to think of creative use for that, but I don't know if we could.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
And and by the way, in Code Thoughts, Modified Memory, they are canon. They're from they're out of the Ravnica book.
Okay. Oh, Eberron stuff. Okay, yeah, I don't know any of that yet, so that's cool. That's my bad, I guess. But we're all good. But we did learn quite a bit. I mean, you've got an image, you've got some sort of a backstory to kind of work with.
Yeah.
And the source of this curse is divine. And you've opened up negotiations with the host tower.
That's true.
So,
all right.
Not a bad trip.
So, I mean, as far as cleaning that up, I guess I do contact Haventry, and I let her know that the situation with Laurel Silverhand, in which she probably already knows. Matter of fact, after we leave here and we thank Canterbury and all that kind of stuff like that, I actually teleport over to the Twilight Hall in Burdusk. I just go right to the source. And
well, you do know Haventry is the head harp. She's pretty much your main contact, head harper in Waterdeep. That's her stomping grounds.
She's not in Burdusk. Oh, okay, all right.
No. She headquarters out of Waterdeep.
Oh well, then I go back to Waterdeep. But
yeah, because as you know, I mean, harpers have their areas that they're the master of, and that's where their influence is, and that's where she works out of.
Okay.
But no, so you go straight to Haventry, no problem with RSTDs, and need to get Rabbit some action.
Yeah, we got to
get some love over there. Need to get some love over to Rabbit and Zach, but we could just for brevity's sake, Haventry gives you the lowdown and says it was a very private affair. There wasn't not a lot of people know about this. She's a little perturbed that the host tower knew, and that she has to consider what the Raven had told you, about the host towers, offer. And so you could tell she's a little perturbed, but it's an incredible amount of power. With the Red Wizards, they really need someone on that playing field to combat them.
It's true.
It's almost like they know it too. The host tower knows it too, and so they're leveraging like crazy.
Mm-hmm. I say in regards to that, the Raven aside, and I understand the history of Grand Magus grief. I do, but having grief in that battle, that's a game changer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is, as we know from the Red Wizards and the magic that the cult has. Even if we could get all these different factions in the council to agree to wage war, we still don't have enough power. against their magic. With the dragons, cultists, red wizards, and but we need to get an army. Yeah. We need to have an army together. We need to band together Elturiel and Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter and that fucking bastard up north.
Well, I am at your service, madam.
The Grand Magus, yes. And no one's casted Fireball yet. Sorry, Potts. We haven't even had a combat yet this session, man.
Yeah, we did with
we did
Rabbit.
at the beginning.
We started off with
fireballs. Well, you know, there's still time for combat.
There's always time, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the favorite part. The well, he says, you know, it wouldn't be bad to get your group together. Go over all the different points. Find out we'll find out at the council. I can give you some of the idea of what these people want to leverage, in order to band together, and then maybe we can hash out a game plan for the council.
All right,
because the negotiations are going to be pretty rough and tenor. You know, the end of the world should be enough. You think?
It should be. All right, then. What I do is I get a hold of my scribe again, and I tell her to send out more missives and have everyone to meet at the manor, please.
Okay.
So,
well, it's during the day. Leroy's worked. You're exhausted. You get back to your room or where you're staying at the Gauntlet's keep, and you hear that there's another missive for you. You go and retrieve it. There's another, courier there, and he's like, "Sir Jenkins, the Beneficent, for you, sir." And he's on mute.
Groupies.
Zach, you've got courier groupie.
My boy.
I'm here.
Hey, there he is.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, the Beneficent.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And the courier is bowing very low and looking up at you, smiling a little greedily. Greedily.
Yeah, same guy. Same guy.
He's no. That guy. He
said he was taking guy.
Yeah, it's a
word
different
gets
guy.
around.
Oh.
Cut a copper piece in half.
Yeah, right. Can I do a check to see how where his moral compass is? Kind of a detect good evil sort of thing.
Well, that's called insight. Yeah. So you can do an insight, kind of try and catch his, insight, like his body language, his facial expressions, the words. Yeah. So that's insight. That's on the skill list there.
Okay. I'm gonna do insight.
All right.
He's chaotic evil. He eats puppies in his spare time.
That's a different kind of check. That's a background check.
What is it connected to? Insight? Is it intelligence or is it wisdom?
I think it's on your character
Insight
sheet.
is wisdom.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Insight, passive wisdom. All right. So mine's 15 for passive wisdom. Do I roll?
Insight check.
Yeah.
It's a look under skills.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th one down.
Side where it says passive wisdom. Yeah, no, I see that.
That's a different thing entirely. You
5 on
should
that, and
know
I
that already.
16. So
21, huh? Okay. Yeah. There's this guy's just thinks you're an easy mark.
Aww.
He's like he's not.
I bet that doesn't even say anything.
Huh?
I bet the message he has doesn't even say anything.
Oh, well, he is an official. He does look like a courier. I mean, yeah, he definitely is a courier. He's got courier kind of shoes with the little, embroidered wings on them that they all have.
Courier.
He's official. He's got a official sash,
tag.
that has the courier guild markings on it. So, which is a winged helmet. So yeah, he's a courier.
D&D postal service.
Yeah.
And he's legit like that. He looks legit like he's actually works for them. He's not just like fakey, like he.
Yeah, no, he's even got a Griffin badge showing that he's like actually he's like an assistant manager sort of level. So he's they didn't send a grunt. He took to you. It's like weird that the assistant manager would come out, but yeah, he's here.
He could be a shapeshifter, Zach. You should really.
It's a doppelganger.
Yeah,
watch out.
Oh, no, that
That's a piece of silver.
The guy was like, "I'm going to take the week off." He's like, "Why are you going to take the week off?" I got a gold piece from him, and then the manager was like,
And then another message came through the same depot, and he's like, "Oh, Jenkins, I got it." And he came out running. Yep.
All right.
So what do you?
Could be a werewolf.
I take the letter, and as I'm opening it, I tell him my latest endeavor with a person that was unhonorable and what I did to him while I'm doing it, while I'm opening this letter.
Intimidation?
Okay.
Intimidation.
All right, yeah, give me an intimidation check then.
Jeff really wants a fireball.
Net 20.
Fireball, yes. Okay. What'd you roll?
A nat 20.
Ooh, he's like,
What do you know, like what I do to unhonorable
sir,
people that are trying to take people essentially.
I don't mean no. I'm just running. This. I heard you're a great tipper. And that money would go a long way to help my kid get through school. He's trying to become a weaver and a basket weaver. And he's been really, it's expensive. The materials for that. Oh my god.
Wisdom
Jeff,
save.
I just fireball him. Jeff, I don't even know how to do fireball.
So wait, he's the kid who goes to college and takes basket weaving?
Yep. And he's like, well, the Weavers Guild is it's lucrative, man. I mean, there's not a lot of plastic or porcelain. You want a durable conveyance, you buy a basket. You buy a good weave basket. Weavers Guild is top notch, and he's trying to get his son through the Weavers Guild. So,
and this because of the intimidation, I don't have to check for if he's lying.
No, he's well. He can still lie, but I doubt it. I mean, you're threatening.
Story. You know what I mean?
No, he's serious. He's serious. Yeah, I mean, you can do another insight check to see if he's lying or not. Go ahead.
Just using telepathy from now on.
Yeah.
All right, that was 17.
Come on, this is fun. What'd you get?
17 to see if he's lying.
He's shooting straight, man. It's full on truth. He took this job over somebody else. He personally took the job so he could get more coin from you.
That wasn't the lie. Is he lying about his kid and the weaving and all that stuff?
No, man. He seems totally forthright.
Okay. Well, I go up to him and I look down at him. And I tell him to stand up, stop bowing, and I slip him a gold coin and say, "Don't tell anybody," because I don't want this to continue. I want. So I let him know, like, hey,
I understand. No, I'll say you just tipped regular, and it was just that's it. You're done. You're done. I'll tell everyone you're done.
Cool.
Thank you. You are magnanimous. You are fantastic. Thank you. All right, he's out. He's gone.
I like that you twisted that in. That was cool. And what the hell does that letter say?
Nicodemus requests your presence at the Shadow Dust Cold, forthright.
Now I want to send him a bag of dog shit. Damn it.
Yeah, you're wiped out, man. You should have done that when the courier was here.
Yeah. No. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. And I'm tired.
Okay, you're wearing what your work clothes, and you're headed out.
Yeah, no, if they're gonna request me in this, they get to dwell on my stench. Especially
Awesome.
Nicodemus. I'm gonna stand right next to him, and I'm gonna do the whole entire you stretch, you do a fake stretch to get those armpits going with that beat up, I'm gonna do it right on.
I'll just put the twins on you, dude.
Okay, Rabbit.
Yeah.
Rabbit. I need Rabbit again. All right, buddy. Make a Constitution save at disadvantage.
Constitution. Which one?
You guys. Yeah.
Hang on.
So
hang on,
Wisp is loaded, and she's been pushing drinks towards you to help her wallow.
18.
18 at disadvantage.
Hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry, no, I'm lying. I forgot the disadvantage. 16 hit disadvantage.
Hey, that's pretty good. So you've been able to like kind of fool her that you're drinking as fast as she is. Like, you know, another drink will pass your way, and you're like, you know, tipping it over your shoulder. You drop it on someone else's table, and but while you guys are in there, a courier runs up to you, and it says, "Sir, Wisp, my lady Wisp," and she's like, "Go away. I have a message for you from Lord Shadowdusk, or no, wait, from Shadowdusk Manor." I don't care. Piss off. What do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
The message. Tell me the message.
The message? Well, since you're with her, here you go, sir. And he stands there expecting a tip.
Here's a tip. Get a real job, eh?
Yeah, you'd be lucky.
So do you tip them customary amount, or?
Oh, is there a customary amount? I guess so. I don't know.
Like 3 copper.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't afford it, is it?
Right. Yeah. It's not a gold piece. No, it's just 3 copper.
I'm not gonna
He's like, "Good day, sir." Yeah. So you open it up, and it says, Nicodemus Shadowdust requests your presence at the Shadowdust Manor forthwith. It is urgent, please. And it's addressed to Wisp. I think Nicodemus is insightful enough not to have someone try and search you out. For one, you're dangerous. 2, you keep trying to keep a low profile, and he doesn't want to try and out you. You know what I mean? So it was just message to Wisp.
That's fine.
So yeah. So you get up and head out to Shadowdust Manor, and now it's a perfect time for an ambush. Dun dun dun. No, we'll go to the manor. Yeah. So Nicodemus, Twilight ignored your summons. Everyone else arrived.
Very well. I ask everybody.
Probably busy.
He probably is. I ask everybody to have a seat in the lounge area. Is it a nice night?
It isn't. It is a little brisk out. It's you're in mid to late fall, so it's starting to get cold.
All right, so in the lounge area, and
with a fire, yeah, you would have a fire going in your fireplace. Ramalia is with you. If you were, she just says, "I have some time. I'm going to hang out here with you guys and give you what information I can."
Right. So
since you have been requested to the council, I have not. I may be coming in later.
Well, I explained to everybody what Aristides and I had done in regards to our meeting with the Raven, Pentecost, and I explained that situation. I explained, well, I don't know. From my conversation with Haventry, maybe I shouldn't mention what's going on with Silverhand. Bill?
That's fine, because she tells. Actually, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I actually was trying to grab something and jerk the cord on. You can't say jerk anything, can you, with you guys? All right, so
No, you can't.
I jerked my cord, and that mic came out for a second there. So she gives you all the information. The Gigi. She tells you, basically, Never Ember. She knows some information that other people don't know. is how she starts off. I have a trusted source within the Hidden Lords of Waterdeep, and there was an avid campaign to oust Neverember. Someone had discovered that he had been embezzled. 1 million dragons are missing from the treasury. We have no proof because his memory has been wiped clean of the instance. He has no memory, but it has been discovered, but we can't prove it. So we engaged in a small campaign to get other people to not like him anymore. And with that, he has secured himself. He's in Waterdeep, or not Waterdeep, I'm sorry, in Neverwinter. Lady Silverhand has been voted by the lords to become the new open lord. With her ascendance to that level and her duties, she has renounced her role as High Harper. We don't have one at the moment. So as of right now, I'm the highest ranking Harper in this neck of the woods. What we need to do, huh?
No, I was just gonna say I
You
almost felt
almost fell in love.
Yeah, no, you could have totally made a reference there, like, no, we got pissed off at him because he sent a bunch of people with the plague into nursing homes.
Oh, Cuomo.
Quanco.
Never mind. You just keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that, it's important to know who each of the players are in this council.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And who are more inclined to be friend, and those who would be an obstacle. One of the greater obstacles would be King Melandrak of the Misty Forest. He believes his kingdom to be unassailable, and that he has repelled all incursions. He's only here for political reasons and to make sure that he knows what's going on with the humans. But with him, though, we'd have the strength of the Misty Force. We have Sir Istival. And he is a great hero and legendary, it's true. And he seems to have retired to Daggerford and represents them here. But his relationship to Cormyr cannot be not overlooked. And if he does have ties with Cormyr, we want to know what the Empire wants, and not to make sure that they do not take advantage of any unrest to expand their boundaries into the Freelands. Speaking of the Freelands, there is Terran Hornblade, and he represents the Shadowdale, as well as some of the towns therein. And that would be, oh my goodness, it's been a long day. He seems to be on the fence. Actually, he seems to be leaning more towards us. But he values the lives of the freemen and is very reluctant to put their lives on the line. The dwarves are represented by Conrad Braunanvil. Now, we have thanks to you, we have Varnum in jail, in this below in the dungeon of Waterdeep Castle. That is a great advantage that we have, because he wants that dwarf to face justice in a dwarven court. But again, as it is with the elves, the dwarves are even more resistant to joining up with us in battle. It has been very rare that an army of dwarves has joined with humans to fight. There's also Older Raven Guard. He's the leader of the Flaming Fist. I believe that he is probably the most favorable and would lead Baldur's Gate's forces, those mercenaries. But, they are going to want a lot of coin. Which brings me to another point as soon as I've told you all the players. Last would be Declan of the Emerald Enclave. I believe that the oncoming at Tiamat would upset the natural balance so much that he is going to be on with us no matter what. But the Emerald Enclave are rangers and druids, and they're very much about the balance, as they do not want to have any civilizations gain more power. They do not want the world of monsters to encroach and destroy the civilization. So the way things settle down after the battle would be very important to them. As with any war, greed is going to be a major motivator. The Dragon's Horde as what you can keep a lot of these people focused on. So those are some of the opening ideas. And then we have the Arcane Brotherhood.
Well, and
finally there is of course the Harpers and the Order of the Gauntlet, who seem to be duty bound by law and order to partake in this fight.
I do have a question. I do tell Jacob to break out a few bottles of Alurith while I ask this question, and I say that what of the elves of Silvery Moon?
Let's see, Silvery Moon. Hold on. Well, Tornblade is the High Mage was once the High Mage of Silvery Moon. And now he has ceded control to Mithramar. But it serves as his diplomat and advisor. And he will speak for all of Lurar, Silvery Moon, Everlund, Sundabar.
Okay.
So I believe his inclination would be to join us. His only reservation is for the life of his people. And I believe we just need to make sure he is reassured in our forces and our power.
So do you think that the council is going to get bogged down into shares of gold out of a unknown hoard of treasure from a dragon that needs to be dealt with, whether there's gold or not?
I don't think that would be the motivation for all of them, but you can tell who would. And the mercenaries, Neverember, may still be part of this council. We still have to have a representative from Neverwinter. And that would be awkward.
Especially because they're trying to undermine Waterdeep as we speak.
Yes. We have to be able to get them to put aside this bickering for the free world.
Yes, if the dragons were to attack, there wouldn't be either city. If they were to prevail.
That is true.
So what should be our strategy then, going forward? I speak to the room.
We need to divide up all parties, the columns of what everyone's interests are. Those who can be enticed by coin probably won't be the most difficult to get on our side.
What kind of resources do we have access to? I ask Haventry. And also, the host tower is the first that has made any kind of inclination, to my knowledge, toward the Well of Dragons itself.
Well, that is skeptical, their information. It's not concrete. We have other information, too, that we're lining out before we determine that that's accurate. The Dragon Hoard, of course, is accurate wherever its location would be, and we know that it contains the riches of the Sword Coast, and in our faction believes that it needs to be returned as best as possible to all those who have been afflicted, and not to go into the coffers of the great kingdoms, which I do believe that Lady Silverhand will expect re-enumeration for her forces, but not more than that. I believe if we can keep them pointed in that direction, the dwarves will be a problem. We have to find a way to convince Melandrak to come.
Yes, but what manner of gold does the council have access to that it's willing to put toward negotiation?
Well, that would be a question for the council. I know Waterdeep is rich, but it has taken a serious blow with 1 million dragons stolen from its treasury.
True, and why should Waterdeep have to carry the entire cost anyway?
No, it's not just Waterdeep. I'm just giving you the knowledge that I do know about one faction in here.
Huh. Zach, Rabbit, you guys got any input into this conversation?
No, I'm exhausted. I'm probably half asleep during this conversation.
Rabbit?
The room.
Rabbit?
No. He went invisible. He's just
I'm muted. Sorry, I didn't realize. I'm drawing. There's stuff I need to get done. Yeah, I don't even know what you mean by like how 1 million dragons have been stolen. I mean, is that currency or do you mean little dragons?
Yeah, it's gold. It's gold. It's gold.
Oh yeah,
I didn't really understand the conversation. Most of
they
it.
They kept 1 million dragons in the keep. They just had them.
Yeah, that's what I thought sounded weird to me. I thought it was just gold.
Okay, so in Waterdeep, a gold piece is referred to as a dragon. It has a dragon.
It just confused me because we're fighting dragons.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so 1 million gold has been embezzled out of Waterdeep's coffers
by Lord Neverember.
He's the main suspect, but they haven't been. I mean, they really didn't want to wait for proof. They wanted to get him out. They don't have concrete evidence.
So they don't actually know. It sounds just like a political move then.
Yeah, and he bailed and went to the next biggest city, which is where he's from. Which is Neverwinter, which is just like his name, Neverember. But yeah,
Jesus. So that just made a lot of problems.
How would it change our situation if we did happen to find out what happened to these, and if we could return these, find out where the dragons were taken to, and we were able to successfully return them to the coffers here? What would that change in our what tactical advantage might that give us?
Well, that would allow the forces of Waterdeep to prepare themselves for war without having to go to one of these other factions for gold that they would have to promise to pay with the Dragon Hoard. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that would be huge. Also, if we could either clear or deify Neverember with that, we could use it for leverage either way to have his commitment. Or because from what my sources are telling me is he's setting himself up in Neverwinter and pushing to become the new lord. I don't expect to see him at the council.
I also ask a question of her. I say that I have been doing some due diligence on my side, and I have completely secured the help of Skyreach Castle and the giants thereof.
Nicodemus, if I weren't already married, that is incredible news.
Well, I thank you, ma'am. I fakely blush, and I say, but how do you think I should approach the council about this?
Well, your accomplishments of the doomed cats have been instrumental. They have kept this time that we've given us this time. That is an important negotiation piece, I think. Your ability, your resourcefulness, your accomplishments. You should use those. We should definitely be using those.
And
The
lots of
capture of
rope.
Varn.
And lots of what?
Lots of rope.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of rope. That's true.
So we don't have to pay for rope. That helps out a lot. Catapults,
we just cornered that market entirely, man.
But you have support from Ontharr Froome. You have support from the Harpers. With Varnum, we can probably secure support with the dwarves. We have the support of Lady Silverhand.
I'm asking Haventry, if I might want to invite Blackhothus himself to accompany me to the meeting.
Maybe. Let's think about that.
So when is the meeting?
Soon, very soon, in the next day or two. If we, it could be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow or the next day. Let's say that day after tomorrow. The delegates have been arriving today, and they're expected to all be here by tomorrow. So we should be able to convene right away.
Well, unless she has something else to say, go ahead.
Nope. I guess that's good. I mean, she's brought up. You've got 4 out of 10 people already, like, kind of in your. You just get, and then one or two are on the fence, but probably leaning your way. So the Harpers, the Order, Silverhand, Ron Anvil's probably, you might be able to get some commitment from him. It's just Terran Hornblade, who's from Silver Moon, and Sir Istival. And Istival has got some clout with the Order, so there could be something that works out well there. So it's really making sure you get the mercenaries in line and the elves, and you've got a full, and figuring out what to do with Neverwinter, and then you'll have a full deck.
Okay.
And we can overplay what could potentially be in this horde. If we get the problem solved, dealing with the aftermath, even if, like, people are expecting more than they actually find, that probably won't be as bad as dealing with dragons.
No.
So might be worth a little exaggeration.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I thank her very much for her time. I have Jacob get one of the new Cormarian wines that I've been gathering. I've been gathering wines for my tavern, and I give her a dark burdusk, a bottle of dark burdusk. Very nice stuff. And thank her very much, and see her out.
As always, it's a pleasure. I will contact you by day after tomorrow, and we will meet one more time before we go in to speak with the council.
All right.
So I'll let you know what my role will be in the meeting.
I bow and I thank her very much. I kiss her hand. I'm all noble-like.
Yeah.
Now I go back to these guys. Now I got a few questions for the group and some decisions we should make for this. One, she didn't really respond well to it, but I just thought it would be cool having us walk into the council meeting with a freaking cloud giant in tow, right? I thought that would be cool.
It would be intimidating for like it might push some of the people, into our camp, going like, we've got some, major firepower behind us.
And I have secured their support, so. I took time to do it, right? But another thing I need to ask the group what you guys want to do is in regards to the host tower. Now, my character, what I've been doing here since we started playing is
Well,
I've been. Go ahead. Yeah.
no, go ahead. I don't want to
Oh,
interrupt you.
okay.
Go ahead.
But what I've been trying to do with my character from the beginning is build alliances with all kind of organizations, the Arcane Brotherhood, the Zentarium, everybody. I've been taking time to do that intentionally for my character and my family particularly. So for me, having the host tower and therefore the Arcane Brotherhood 100% involved and having them happy and having it to where it would work in my advantage for I was able to acquire them something. Of course, my character wants that, but that doesn't necessarily benefit the party itself. So how do we want to go? And he's talking to you guys openly about this actually, and he wants to know what you guys want to do regard that because the Arcane Brotherhood is trying to push their leverage and they're trying to use it to get stuff, get money, get access to the Well of Dragons, etc., etc. Should we or me myself in the meeting, should I push that? Should I push for the Arcane Brotherhood or should I not?
If it gets them on our side and gets us closer to victory, doesn't matter what they gain. If if everyone is agreeable to it, this threat is far grander than any of their petty squabblings.
True. Zach? That mute button's a bitch, man.
It is. It really is.
I just said what GOP said.
Oh, okay.
Verbatim.
It's
Rabbit?
verbatim.
Rabbit, do you care about any of this stuff at all?
He wants to stab something.
Yeah,
I
sure.
Does.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I should play it, for the group. Because my character would support the Arcane Brotherhood, strongly because I want access to them. Right? So.
Yeah, my character doesn't really care. He wants the best possible solution overall. He doesn't care about the politics. He just wants to make sure the job gets done.
Yeah.
And those dragons suffer.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I actually don't mind political campaigns and stuff like that. It's not for everybody though. All
No,
right.
I like them, but not with this character. Like this character, his goals are different.
That's fair.
I actually wouldn't mind playing a political campaign in the future, but it would probably not be with a character like this.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Bill. So, what do you think? Because you hinted at with Haventry that maybe bringing the Giants not a good idea. Bill?
Well, you're going to have dwarves and elves. Yeah, you're going to have dwarves and elves there. Bringing in a giant unannounced might not go over too well.
Okay, so we just got to break it down to racial things and not have it be a bunch of professional politicians. I see. Okay.
Well, hey, it's up to. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's just there's setting up the stage too might help. You know what I mean?
It might be like
sometimes it's better just to work it in instead of blow them over with and try to you know what I mean? You're going to sell it. You're going to sell you need to sell the giants to them. Skyreach Castle is awesome, but
it's more than Skyreach Castle, though. It's an army.
It is, but the racial tensions between is real. I mean, the tensions between the dragons and the giant, and in this game, especially in the lore. I mean, dwarves and giants in the same room is asking for trouble.
It is, but come on, that'd be badass. Us walking into that meeting with a freaking giant in tow, dude. That'd be badass. Especially a lord.
It would, but convincing him to leave his comfort zone and go into the den of people he thinks are lesser. That's another thing too. It's all doable. It's all whether or not it works out. But I mean, selling them on it is one thing, too. I mean, it's how you want to sell it. You could do whatever you want. I'm just that would be Raventree's. That's what she would tell you, or Haventree would tell you.
Well, here's the issue too.
That's kind of what I was thinking of saying, but I just didn't pipe in when I was going to say it. It's just,
I get it.
She would have said, she would have said, this is amazing. Maybe we ease them into that, and not ease them in. Pronounce it. Show your the winnings, the alliance, the castle. What do the giants want out of this alliance? All this stuff's got to be discussed with them before they're willing to accept them. Just bringing them into the room will start a fight.
Yeah. I get
you know what we could do instead? Okay, because you know what, I'm kind of in the camp of we shouldn't bring him there because you see how his mentality is, and he's going to act like lord over everyone, and that's just going to cause conflict
he will.
in and of itself.
He's Blakothis.
And, yeah, exactly. So that probably isn't the best idea. But what we could do during this meeting, we could have their floating castle come over the city. Within visual range, within visual range of the city, and be like, actually, we've got some pretty great allies right over there. If you look out the window,
that's not a bad idea. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's a jaw dropper right there, man.
That's the perfect middle ground between the two extremes, right there. That just gets them.
Well, and don't forget the things that you've done. I mean, you killed Orathor Thader, right?
Yeah.
You captured Varnum. You worked out a deal with the Brotherhood. You worked out a deal with Skyreach Castle. You returned it to the Giants, which is some people won't frown upon, some people will like. You've got support from all these other people already. You took care of a dragon hatchery. You've saved slaves. You've destroyed depots. You've done
and employed
that's all.
Slaves, former slaves.
Yeah.
For those eco lovers in the group. Yeah. All right, cool. I love the idea. So after this meeting is done, I pop over to Skyreach Castle. I'm going to have a chat with Blakothis.
Who's coming with you?
Anybody who wants.
I'll go.
All right. Okay. Paladin, you coming?
No. I'm ready to sleep. Need a shower. Horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Presentable.
Wisp is not allowed, but Dracul is.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to come?
I wish I had Jimmy's frame up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
I tell you, I swear there's no wild beasts at the castle right now.
No, there's not. Yeah.
It's the thing the adventure we did before, that giant.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is get all the political stuff done in the next 30 minutes, so that next week we can do a normal hack and slash type of adventure. Let's expedite that, Bill.
Absolutely. Boom. Okay. So you contact Escarlota.
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, he's good. My husband has been chomping at the bit. Please arrive."
I come in with all three of us together, and of course
you teleport in,
respectful and stuff.
Yeah, you go into his hall again. Everything's giant sized. It's all frigid. It's cold. You have the wind blowing. You're in the sky, way up north. And anyone who's not ready for winter gear is cold. It's just like it's cold in here. Your breath as you talk to him. And he says, "Little Nicodemus, tell me it's time to slay the dragons."
I do believe it is coming, sir. And I've come to ask you a favor directly connected to that point.
Speak your mind, and I will speak mine.
As I would expect, my lord. I say there is another meeting of the council to deal with the alliance has been brought together to deal with these dragons in the Sword Coast, and it will be meeting in the next few days. And I thought that it would be possibly useful, or we thought, and I look over at Aristides, that it might be useful to have your presence in a way. I was wondering if you might be able to temporarily move the castle outside of Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm. A show of force, yes.
Yes, sir.
He leans forward and smiles, and he's got these jagged teeth. I love a show of force. That'll be good for them to know the power of the giants.
I believe so.
And that will instill my strength so that they know when I claim the dragon's hoard that it is going to the rightful ruler of this world.
Yes, sir. And so we can expect you to arrive. I know you can move the castle very quickly. When do you think we can expect you, sir?
You smoothed that over, didn't you, Nicodemus? The dragon's hoard.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, we're not really sure what there is. We know there's been many gold that has been collected by the cultist. That's how we got involved. Was because of them moving treasures they had pillaged from many of the villages in the Sword Coast. I would imagine this has been
And you have
happening
seen this treasure.
We have seen some of it, yes.
How much of that would you guess there was?
I look over at Aristides. Actually, no, I look at Dracul. Sorry, he's the one that would know that.
Just the one with the. Am I supposed to tell him the actual amount? Is that what you want me to do? That?
Well, you're the money guy. So.
Give me a give me a perception check, Dracul.
Perception. 24.
Can
24.
I
really quickly in your head? Hold on. In your head, you're thinking, you know what? If I tell this guy too much, he might get a freaking crazy greedy. If I give him the actual amount I saw and say, and jump it up a little bit, you're like, I got to play my hand here because this guy, he's out for the money and I deserve some of that money. I deserve quite a bit of that money.
What
stuff can always get lost in.
I definitely weren't going to tell him the exact amount because you never tell people how much money there is.
What were you trying to say, Jupi?
I was going to say, based off of all the different, I was going to see if I could remember all the number of chests, considering my very high intelligence. Remember all the chests and kind of give like a general, considering if they're all filled with gold, like the math involved with that and figuring it out really quick and be like, oh yes, that would be actually this amount, blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, honestly, you know that you have no idea the total amount. You can only tell what you've seen taken from part of the Sword Coast, and unfortunately, during that entire time, you weren't with it, so you don't remember. And your memory so your memory you don't have really any memory of Greenest at all.
Yeah,
or El Terrell.
That's why I looked over at Dracul. He knows the answer better. Go ahead, Dracul.
Good point.
But you're on the right track.
What's about 2/3 of it? Something along that line, I would imagine. I don't know. I'm going to pick a number out of the air because I've no idea in real way how much it's supposed to be.
Okay, well, with your perception, you could say, you could say tons, like thousands of pounds of gold and gems, and not only that, there were treasures. That's what you would guess. There were treasures throughout the Sword Coast from all kinds of magic.
Imagine there's all sorts of magic items as well.
Oh yeah, that's what you.
Actually, everything.
I also kind of add on top of it. Do keep in mind, Lord Blacothus, that they are trying to rise Tiamat herself. I can't imagine they could do anything less than a mountain of gold.
Yes, a mountain of gold. And I suppose that I know, knowing the greed of man, and the meticulousness of their numbers, that a raw, hard fact must be known of who gets what. Hmm?
I would say so. Although I don't think every member of the council is particularly interested in gold. Some are.
Hmm. Tell me, what do you know of the council? Who is in the council?
Hmm. All right. I tell
Bear in
him.
mind, Nicodemus, that I have committed myself, and I will not go back on my word. I want to know what beings I am dealing with.
I tell him.
And he's like, that is almost the entire Western continent.
Yes, sir. It's a serious
I am
threat.
pleased. I am pleased. I will do this.
He's
2 days. Skyreach Castle will be on the horizon and over to the sea. Look to me to the west.
Oh, very good Lord of the Rings reference. Very nice. Very nice. 2 points for you, sir. 2 points for you. All right. All right. Well, I thank him, and I spend a little extra time just doing normal diplomatic stuff that I would do here. And of course, always talk to Escalarda. And then I bring these guys back.
Okay.
Oh, before we leave, is there like just a little like can be a flock of birds or something off the thing so I can
Yes.
cast a
Yes.
fireball, I'll just a little fan service here. I'll just cast a fireball off the like just off to the side off the castle. Just like I
Yeah,
just felt like doing
sure.
that,
Celebration
know?
fire. There you go, Jeff.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeff has got his
Okay,
little
well,
pinky against his mouth. He says $1 million. Yes.
one. Yeah.
All right. So let's get to the council then.
So, well, Aristides goes off to the edge, looks over, raises his hands, eyes something flying in the sky, and
Aw, the
yeah.
power of
And
Isengard's
the
deed.
giant, yeah, the giant is like my pet pigeon. What the hell?
Jeff's happy. There you go.
One of the no, and as you look over your shoulder, one of the sentries gives you a grin, like, "Yeah, or fuck yeah, dude, that was nice."
They crap on everything.
All right, yeah. So, boom, you teleport. Anything else you need to do in the next 2 days? Yes, no, maybe so.
No, just normal stuff we've been doing,
Zach.
maintenance stuff.
Okay, so Zach, you are waking up. You go to work, and you tell your boss that you're sorry, but you're gonna have to miss work tomorrow because of a council meeting, and I'm sorry about that. And he's like, it's for the good of the people. Bring your armor. Let's polish it up and make you look good.
Oh,
Nice.
So
shiny.
yeah. So you're +3 plate mail, man, which has all this like winged griffin iconography, like on the helmet and on the pauldrons and like on your bracers and greaves, all get totally just bing, totally bling, dude.
Oh.
He even goes as far as to like help you with like burnishing, and you get different colors burnished in there to make it, with the way he works it out. And it's just and then that shield that you have that's all bossed out. And like, yeah, man, with the sun glinting off your armor, dude, you just look like freaking, warrior in Valhalla, man. It's just like,
sweet. And Lord Jenkins finally gets an erection.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No, the poor guy wakes up with one every morning. And
I should probably get some nice nice new clothes because my stuff is probably pretty tattered and.
All right.
Yeah.
So you go for some high-end elvish flair. 5 gold pieces spent.
Yeah.
And yeah, and let's see. So yeah, all you guys are you meet up with Romalia, and she is going to represent the Harpers. As Zach, you also and also Leo-san has a really good relationship with Istival, being from. So he's running around Daggerford and he's running around El Turgard, and so he's going to try and talk to him today, and see what he can do to find out where his loyalties lie, and also if he can count on him. Onthar gives you a pep talk, Zach. He's like, you're in your plate mail. He's hitting you on your pauldrons, and boom. All right, Leroy. You don't forget all the honor, the strength, the power that you bring forth. Your course is righteous. You are divine, chosen of Torm.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Cool.
It's all shiny. Now,
all shiny new.
Now, Dracul, he comes to the council meeting, doesn't he, or what?
If he wants to.
Yeah, it's up to you, man.
I mean, he just looks like a normal elf.
He does.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's got. Yeah, roll for your disguise kit.
Roll so that would be disguise kit.
Yeah, it's dexterity with your proficiency bonus.
Is it? Try to remember what all my skills are for assassin. I'm like super disguised.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
It's not just a normal disguise kit anymore, but sure.
Well, that's something too that you could have done during the downtime is fake an identity, create like a life in 2 weeks.
I completely forgot all about it until you just said it.
Me too. I just forgot it too until you. Yeah. So, Dracul comes in and like, bam, he's indistinguishable. Or what'd you roll? I'm sorry.
Oh, I rolled an 18 and then plus whatever. What do you say?
18 plus whatever.
5
plus 5 plus your proficiency, so plus 9. Yeah.
Okay. This loads.
Yeah, Dracul looks like, I mean, just it's indistinguishable. I mean, you couldn't tell anything out of. There's not even a hair that's the wrong color. Oh, that's white. There's not his makeup is flawless. Fantastic. It's like it's flawless. It's like a dapper Dan. I mean, RuPaul couldn't do better makeup on a man than you. God. So, you guys get.
We're talking about believable makeup.
Oh, sorry. But anyways, as you guys approach the keep, the Castle Waterdeep, you got you have a carriage waiting for you to ride there. All the banners of all the different factions are across the castle, which they do during like a diplomatic meeting like this, and you're led into now while you're in the carriage. Romelia says, "Now, the news about Lady Silverhand and Neverwinter or Neverember have not been divulged. So, don't say anything. Let the lady speak."
Very well.
Okay. So from there, yeah, you are. Let's see. Let me change the picture here. We take the Castle Waterdeep. I got one picture of the castle. There we go. It's an old one.
Yeah, it is.
Back before they could afford color in all their books. Back when their books cost them money and made them go bankrupt. Can you believe that? It's true.
It is true, yeah.
Yeah, TSR went out of business because they were printing books that cost them money. They just didn't know how to talk to their accountants. So you guys enter the castle into the ground hall, and there's heraldry from all these different factions. There's elvish guards like rangers, and there are dwarves that are guards. There's the mercenaries from the Flaming Fist. It's a very lively. The guards of Waterdeep are posted, and this is the most there's guards that have been posted in the castle in a long time. And as you guys enter the castle under the shadow of Shadowkeep, or what is it? The mountain. I forgot the name of the mountain. But anyways.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna have to roll again if you didn't.
Huh?
His intelligence.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll again.
Oh yeah, huh? Here we go.
Yeah.
We lost an image from you, by the way.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was pulling up my council.
What's the damage?
Plate. 18, man.
Wow. Okay.
18.
Oh, by the way, in the 2 interim days, I guess I have to go and fetch Pentecost, right?
No. You have to bring forth her
Oh, I see. So
negotiation.
you want to do it that way?
Know?
Okay. All right, no problem.
That's what they're asking. Yeah,
that's fine.
Because like,
yeah,
they're not part of the council. This is what they need in order to join the council.
I see. Okay.
So, with that, you enter the room. You guys are one of the first people in there, except for, and there is this dwarf, the ambassador, Conrad Brown Anvil. And he says, "The weeks have been good. You've accomplished much. The head of Varnum will soon feel my axe. The bastard traitor, a dwarf, joining the cult of dragons is blasphemy."
It did
Quite
sting
good service
bringing him back alive, sir, but we thought that would be in everyone's best interest.
I am happier that you did, so that I may kill him myself, if the king allows it. Let's see. Then in comes Marshal Ravengard of the Flaming Fist, and then you get the Silvery Moon turned Hornblade, and he's a wizard, missing an eye. And so on and so forth. Istival comes in with Ontharr Froome. He's wearing bright purple cape. For let's see. You guys can all roll insight or perception on that. See if you know what that means.
Sure.
If I didn't tell you already, I don't remember.
Well, it's purple dragon knight, yeah.
Yeah. So he is showing his allegiance. He's definitely got Cormyr going on in his mind. This is not working out that well. I got too many freaking heads. But and then as the rest of everyone comes in, let's cut to the chase. It's getting late. Everyone's seated, and then except for the open lord's table or the head chair for the open lord, and then comes and Lady Silverhand and the King Melanarch, of the elves. He starts stroking his hairless chin, and doesn't say anything as she takes her seat. There's some of the faces look kind of. Some people are showing they're tipping their hand, looking a little confused with their arched eyebrows, and others are very stoic. And she says, "I, Lady Laurel Silverhand, am now the open lord of Waterdeep. Welcome to Waterdeep. Let's resume our council. In front of us, and at this table, we have the adventurers known as the Doomed Cats."
Boy, we really should have thought about our name a little bit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible, dude.
It is. Yeah, and you guys thought it was just a joke. No, but what we have before us threatens the entire world. The cult of the dragons have amassed countless riches. They have stolen our most valuable resource, our people. They have summoned dragons by use of the ancient dragon horn. And we find ourselves in the face of obliteration. This council has been convened to forge an alliance between the members of the Lord's Alliance, the elves of the Misty Forest, and the dwarves of the Sword Coast. In our presence, we also have Declan, a ranger of the Emerald Enclave, who comes to give us a report of the most current battlefield. So this ranger steps forward. He didn't bother to clean himself up at all. He smells like the forest. It sounds like leaves rustling as he walks and as he stands up. And he says, "My woodland friends," he knows he sounds stupid when he says that. And I have found the presence of dragons in the Misty Forest. And you see a stern look from Melandrock. It's one of the only, he looks a little, he leans back in his chair. Melandrock, your forces are not keeping them at bay. That is the most current incursion. We know of an ancient dragon in the Misty Forest. We have seen that the dragons are convening, and the destination is to be determined forthwith. I'm expecting a message this afternoon. All right. Then Marshal Ravengard gets up and he speaks and he talks about the southern area around Baldur's Gate. Candlekeep has been sacked. Baldur's Gates has been attacked. This is just freaking out of control, and it has to be dealt with. All that matters now is how, once the war has started, how do we divvy up the spoils? Because to him, he has to pay every single soldier a mercenary's fee. And he needs time to rally his forces from across Faerun to marshal the troops in Port Netanyahu in Cholt, where he has a huge contingent right now that are dealing with some crazy death magic in the south, is what he says, essentially. So the discussion starts to go back and forth about, the amount of forces needed, who has what kind of, how could, and then, well, actually, before that, they start to say, L'Oreal Silverhand asks for a representative of the Doomcats to divulge the information that they have learned, for they have firsthand knowledge of the inner workings of the cult and have fought many, and as well has death magic, have been marked for death by the cult, and assassins are on their trail.
I stand up.
Please.
And, all right, I say, lords and ladies, most esteemed in this gathering of alliance, we, my friends and I, thrown into this by destiny or mere serendipity, have found ourselves facing a world-ending threat, as you all are quite aware. And through our adventures, we have engaged in many battles with this enemy, and we have learned much. One of the things we've learned most, other than information which is plain to you all, is that we need every hand that can be put involved. And here we have the dwarves, we have elves, we have, I just go through the list of different people and I, do the typical heraldry of diplomacy. And I say, but is this enough? I do believe that in our adventures, we have found other friends who would wish to join and help us. One is in Luskan, the city itself. It is the host tower and the Arcane Brotherhood. They have shown an interest to throw their weight full on into this battle. Does someone interrupt me?
Well, yeah, you see Istival not interrupt you, but you see like him leaning forward as even to listen deeper into your words as you mention your alliance.
Oh, okay. And I explained that the host tower is more than willing to be part of this, and they want to help. For the threat is surely dire. And they have given us some requirements, however, for their involvement. And as many people have already mentioned, with the division of spoils that are yet unknown, they have wished to have a fair share of such, if there are any. And they also wish to have access to the Well of Dragons and research upon it. This is the first group I've heard make any mention of that, but being as a magical society, I understand their interest in it. So it would be of great importance and use to this council that the Arcane Brotherhood would be involved in our endeavors. I think they would bring great strength. Do keep in mind that Grand Magus Grief is a power to behold. Now, I'm sure I just pissed off a few people by even mentioning his name, but nevertheless, I did.
Out of character.
Yeah.
A quick out of character thing. Just remember, they're not just asking for usage. They want exclusive.
I know. I'm working my way up to it.
All right.
I'm being a diplomat. It's my job, dude.
Good point.
And I say I am curious, and I look at the lords individually as I speak, because we're down in the throngs with everybody. We're not sitting with the council, of course. And I look at them individually, and I say, I wonder, how say you?
Istaval speaks up and says, This is imperative. This should not be a discussion about gold and wealth.
I agree.
As he looks towards the flaming fist. This should not be a battle between men in the cult, for it affects you as well, Melanarch. And the king kind of scowls. And you, Conrad Brananvil. And he says, Istaval, I will be first to pledge his allegiance to this. The dwarves of the Mithril Hall and Citadel Anbar and even Gauntlet Grim will come to this war. When the dragons are dead, then we will divide the gold. And then Istaval says, oh, wait, no, then Tyranny Hornblade says, the Well of Dragons. Legendary. And the Arcane Brotherhood say that they have discovered that this is their nexus.
This is the information we have gained. Yes, sir.
Well, I think we need to research that information and how they got it. Now, I know the Arcane Brotherhood well. And they're not all. Grand Magus is not as trustworthy as he always appears to be.
It is still a strong
He could be using this information. I don't deny that at all. You are absolutely correct. From what I've heard of your exploits, there are red wizards involved.
Yes.
And we must have more power. The Arcane Brotherhood may not be enough to combat that foul evil if we have Fae coming into this fray. I suggest that we include the Arcane Brotherhood, if only to keep them close enough to find out what they're really doing, in order to be sure we can trust them. We can meet their demands, as I say. Whether we hold up our end of the bargain is another.
Ooh.
Because we have to be sure they'll hold up theirs. Lady Silverhand has just been looking back and forth as everyone's been talking and has been keeping silent. Make sure I'm not forgetting anyone. There's only fucking 10 heads in there. The clown says, but we need to do something now about these dragon incursions. Melanarch says, there are no incursions into the Misty Forest. My patrols have been beefed up, have been increased, and they are vigilant and effective as all elves are. I do agree with you. We must have more research in order to determine the true nature of this threat. I do not see it. Maybe you humans are having trouble learning how to slay dragons. And with that, a few people stand up and there's an argument.
Oh, well, should I interject there?
You can. The Kiwi was going to, but he dropped out too quickly. I was going to make him a dwarf.
I say, well, sir, the incursions are real, and the thousands that lie dead or enslaved are proof of it. We have seen this firsthand. Not only have we saved them and freed them, we have fought and nearly died ourselves for their salvation. This is not an illusion. This is a real threat, whether you wish to admit it or not. And having the Arcane Brotherhood on board will help us, which is what is on the table now. How say you? I'm looking right at the elf, by the way.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yep. Something I'm really good at. Alrighty. Ooh, nice. 29.
Okay. Hold on, I'm contesting it with his charisma. That's a good roll. 29's a good roll.
It is a good roll, yeah.
Melanarch. He's good though too. He says, I knew not where your origins be, for I can tell that you are not a human, though you profess to be. You are curious to me, and I wonder, who is this Shadow Dusk? Deflection.
Yes. Well, does anybody answer?
Romalia. And Onthar. Whoa, says Onthar. Everything he said is true. I've seen the blood. My own marshal, right? You're a marshal, right, Zach? Is that your rank? My marshal, Sir Jenkins, has come back and given me the same reports. If you have not heard, killed Arathar. The wasteland of the north has been the cold death, the freezing hell, slayed by their hands. They have showed me I know of their horde. Not only that, they have freed humans, captured and to be taken and enslaved. Melanarch's sitting there stoic. He says, I know you are going through trials, humans. I have seen centuries of these. I need more proof of their danger and their death before I'm willing to commit the lives of my people to your cause.
I say that's interesting. Apprehension of elves. Would never expected such a thing. However, in hindsight, is always a good thing to have, and I do believe that it is important to me to try to be ahead of such things. And I've seen the need that we have for other arms and strengths. People who have maybe more experience with dragons than the elves do. I am intentionally trying to piss them off, by the way. So I have found another alliance for us, and I point out the window to the west.
And everyone turns. You hear the chair scuffle as they move. And then Onthar says, or was it? Yeah, Onthar. See, Esteval? I told you. The giants have joined our cause.
Indeed.
He's like, by the gods. I wonder when these cats will face their doom, but it appears that they have escaped it many times like a cat.
Yeah, that's the name. But Blakothis, who is the lord of the giants of the north, has pledged his allegiance to fight these dragons. And of course, we all know well that the giants are the best suited and most experienced to fight dragons. And therefore, it could not be a greater boon to our cause to have them on their side. And they have sworn allegiance to this endeavor.
with that, Laurel speaks. So I must assume that it is the will of this council to include the Arcane Brotherhood. May I hear an aye? A vote, please. Aye, yeah, ayes all around, except for Melanarch. He doesn't say anything. And he said, and then other terms. Actually, with the giants, the dwarf, instead of acting out his whole thing, he's not exactly pleased that they're giants, but at the same time, he understands the advantage, and he knows that no one's better. No, the only ones even come close to a dwarf in fighting dragons are giants. So he's impressed. With that, the council resumes with non-committals from the elf, but commitments from the Blazing Fist that was on the fence. Those who you knew were already on your side, already up. And then Hornblade, who's always looking at things from different angles, brings up one last point, and he looks at Istaval and says, Istaval, so are you here for Daggerford? Or the Purple Dragons? And Istaval bows his head for just a second and looks up. And he says, a man can be for many things. And then then there becomes a discussion about Cormyr and its presence and wanting to push in farther. And he's like, I believe that the king needs to know. Well, can we count on him? I will go back and tell him what the results of this and let him know what we're doing. And basically, other people are arguing if they see anything from Cormyr trying to advance in their territory, there will be problems. And he understands. But he wants to try, and he tries to assure everybody that the whole purpose of that is for the possibility of bringing the armies of Cormyr to bear, which some people don't like because it's less horde for them, and that would be like the Burning Fist. But with that, the council adjourns, unless there's anything else you guys want to.
Well, they accepted the Brotherhood's terms and the Giants as well.
No, they didn't. Well, Hornblade, we could. The Giants' terms will have to be negotiated with Blaclothis. Mm-hmm. The Giants need to know that this is a pot that's equal share. And that's what Silverhand says, is that everyone will get, right now it's, 10 different factions, except for the Druids. They bow out for the gold. They don't want any. The Emerald Enclave has no desire for it. So everyone would get 1/10. Now, actually, sorry. Except for the Harpers aren't interested in the gold either. And the Order of the Gauntlet just wants to cover, what they need. So with that, it'd be equal share upon the people who have that inclination. Yeah. And with that, so Blaclothis still needs to be negotiated with.
Okay.
And so with that, there needs to be a few more. I keep on saying with that. The second session adjourns, understanding that there's escalation. Everyone who will admit it says there's escalations with the dragons' attacks. They need to start to spend time to rally their forces, putting their armies together for those who've committed. When you have Hornblade, he's going to be in there just for the basic fact that, this is the end of the world and everyone else is doing it. He believes that people are going to be honest in doing it. So he gives a rousing speech about that. And then there is a mention by Silverhand right before you guys. Well, not when people start getting done with their greed and whatever, she feels like now it's an opportune moment for her to bring another possibility. He says, "Oh, we are facing forces against all the dragons of the chromatic kind. What we have not brought up are those of Bahamut." And then, as she says that, in comes this woman that you guys have seen before with Remy. You haven't seen her for a while. This woman with silver hair. She's pretty. And she introduces herself. "I am known as Aaliyah to most of you. But only to one of you am I known by my true self. I am Otari Laikakaranos, the silver dragon. And I bear an invitation from the metallic dragons, where they are going to hold a council of their own, because they have heard the summonings of the Drackhorn, and they prepare. And we wish for a delegation from man's world to come to our council." And L'Oreal says, "Well, are we in agreement?" Yeah, and a lot of them are kind of like, "Whoa, yeah, no shit.
Mhm.
Who will lead this council? How will we go about this?" Leah looks at Aristides and Nicodemus and Dracul, aka plain old elf guy, and Leroy, and says, "Bring them the cats." She kind of smirks when she says that. "They have proven themselves to be excellent ambassadors." L'Oreal, the silver hand looks at you guys and say, "Do you consent?"
I look in my fellows.
I nod.
Zach?
I'm blushing. I'm saying, I'm like, yeah.
Dracul? I say we do.
So much enthusiasm.
I know.
I guess.
Whatever.
God, why do we have to do all this stuff?
He says, "It was most excellent. Romelia Haventree and I will make arrangements." And L'Oreal stands up. "And with that, delegates, I believe we are adjourned." And you hear the sound of, like, people backing up their chairs and standing up and bowing to the lady as she leaves with Aaliyah. And you guys exit. As you guys exit the chamber, and you head out, you start to go to your cart. At your cart is the ranger, Dracan, or Draklin, or whatever. And he says, "Doomed cats.
Sir,
Please, I would have your ear."
I'm listening.
"The king of the elves. Well, he's full of shit.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah.
The green Chuth, or whatever his name is, Kuth, is there. One of the most venerable and ancient of green dragons. All the signs. The corruption. The death. My friend." And you see that above him hovering is this really freaking huge eagle. He's for me, this is good enough. An eagle tells me there's a dragon in the woods. I don't doubt it. I think this is our opportunity to get the elves to join. We're going to have to embarrass King Melinar. Do you think you'd be up for that?
Absolutely. When can we go?
I think we we can right away. We can shame him into joining the alliance. You gotta do what you gotta do for the end of the world, right?
By defeating a dragon, I'm assuming is your point.
Well, yeah. Defeating the dragon, or there might be a little bit more to it. There's some elves working with the dragon.
Oh.
I see.
That's the kicker. See, if his own people are siding with the cult, and he doesn't know, and he's not taking care of it, he doesn't realize how bad it is. He's been on his throne a very long time and thinks he knows everything. And he knows he's seen a lot, but dude, he's got dragons up his ass.
All right, so out of character, which are we supposed to do first? Go fight the green dragon in the forest, or go meet with the metallic dragons?
Well, so for the sake of brevity, and then it's 9 or 10:20. The arrangement to get a bunch of metallic dragons in the same place will take some time. I mean, some have to come from different planes of existence. Some of them are out in the ether, that kind of stuff. And there's a a brass dragon who's being a pain in the ass, and trying to get him to come, but he has to come because they got a representative. The forest will probably be first. Forest would definitely be first because that's like now. He's like dragon's there now, and he's tearing it up, and he's that kind of thing. So yeah, if you guys are down, let's go, Misty Forest. Come on.
All right. Well,
get your shit. Let's go.
Next week we're fighting a green dragon, and definitely going to see I don't know, an orc or possibly a cat get eaten. This should be good. All right. So thank you guys very much. That was fun. Much more of a political a session today, but those are always good too. Actually, I think we got a lot done. So thank you guys. Do keep in mind tomorrow there's nothing. We will be back on Thursday for Drawing a Quarter Ultimate Edition at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not really sure what we're drawing. What are we doing, Rabbit, on Thursday?
Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Wow.
Yeah, the horror. Yeah.
Man, that's going to be awesome, dude. All right.
Extra points.
Nice.
To whoever combines the Fantastic Four Thing with John Carpenter's The Thing.
It won't be me.
There you go. There you go.
Rubbish.
Won't be me. All right, guys. We'll come back and check that stuff out, and definitely come back next week. We're going to be going into action in the Misty Forest, so that should be interesting. All right. So later.
Bye.
Later.
Now.
Thanks, everyone.